Welcome back, everybody. No, you're watching NationWars 3, and we're going to have Germany versus Finland in a second to find out which is going to be our 8th team to qualify for the quarterfinals. It's going to be pretty good, I think, here between these two titans, man.
It better be good, Johan. It's our last match. We've been in Paris for almost 2 weeks straight. Well, not really every day, but on multiple days in a row, been providing you guys with a lot of content. A lot of matches have been casted.
Push-up videos on Instagram and bets lost.
Apollo rapping in the streets of Paris. We've been there.
Yeah, actually, we just got the sickest, tiniest teaser of this. I really wish I'd see the real thing, the real video of this.
I was there. You don't want to see the whole thing. Yeah, it wasn't that good. Either way, it's been a very fun 2 weeks. But of course, we want to know right now which is going to be the 8th nation to make it. The winner of this match, by the way, that's already set in stone. It's going to play against either Canada, or Poland, or Ukraine. And I think if I'm either of these two nations, I'm pretty pleased with most draws. I think Poland is the most intimidating opponent of those three.
Absolutely, yeah. We already mentioned how because of whoever will advance here already being in the group with South Korea, they won't be playing in quarterfinals, which is sick because the one place you want to at least make it to is the semifinals because it's offline in Paris in a sick venue, l'Olympia.
And guaranteed prize money then as well, right? If you make it to the semifinals?
Esports earnings? Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Esports earnings as well. So we're just going to get the Skype call going soon with the two captains. We're going to see Welmo, we're going to see TLO as well. And I'm very curious to see what the guys have to say. And I'm pretty sure there's quite a bit of pressure on these matches, man. For us, we're just sitting here behind the desk all right, who's going to be? What's going to be the final nation? But like you said, Johan, you just basically, if you win this one, you're just one match away from qualifying for an awesome offline event. I've never been part of an offline event by OGaming in France, but I've seen I've seen the videos in the past. I mean, that was actually one of your first events as a real caster, right? Maybe not.
Well,
really,
I was hosting the Iron Squid too, but it was so sick. I think in terms of opening ceremony, maybe the most epic one that I've seen in an esports event with an orchestra, and they had a lot of guests as well. One of them is here today. He's on the French stream. He's a French comedian.
And he just walked in, but I didn't know because there's so many people working in this studio. Sometimes I don't really recognize them, and most of them just walk by and they're like, "Hey, Roddy," and they give me a double high five, and then they move on. So this guy stands next to me, and I was like, "Hey." So I just give him a double high five, and I look at the game again, and then Pomf looks at me, and he kind of laughs. He's like, "Yeah, that's Roddy. He's an English caster." So he probably the guy probably is like, "Man, what kind of an introduction is that? You don't even stand up." But I thought he was one of the other guys, so I was just ready to give him a double high five.
I know. I'm sure he didn't take it personally.
Okay.
Maybe you're blacklisted for that.
Yeah. He's like, all right, that guy is never going to do anything in France again. Either way, the captains are ready. So let's hear from TLO and Welmo.
Thank you very much, Roddy, and I will high-five you so many times too after this show. So yes, Kian Kojandi is on the French stream, and so if you are curious about French humor, well, he's a really nice guy anyway, so make sure to tune on the French stream. But now we are facing the destiny of two nations, Sean.
We are. One of these two teams will, of course, go through to the playoffs. They played yesterday, and it was a really close and exciting game. They're on the phone with us now. Hello, Tilo. Hello, Welmu.
Hello.
Hello.
You're excited, guys. Obviously, a big match for both of you. Dario, you lost this match yesterday, but it's a new day. Hero Marine's playing well. We haven't seen you yet. Showtime's also looking good. It's a good time to get a revenge match now and get the rematch.
Yeah, I think it always feels better to get the revenge than just going through cleanly. So I like it if it's more complicated.
Welmu, you were on fire yesterday. Are you feeling it also today? Do you think Finland is gonna break Germany again?
Yeah, I think we will be able to do it today again. It won't be easy, but I think we can do it.
How is Cyril? I mean, obviously there was a lot of people talking about him yesterday after how well he did. How's he feeling for today's games?
I don't know. I think he doesn't feel too much about the games. He just plays like normally, most likely.
Do you feel you're heavily relying on Cyril? Or, I mean, we saw you play yesterday. You did well. I'm not saying you didn't do well. But do you think that he's like the guy who's going to win this for you if anyone's going to do it?
I think he's the best player. I think I have good chance against Germany as well, but my play isn't as stable as Cyril.
Are you not because I mean, we talked about this with New Zealand. Is like Germany are very good against Zerg, I feel at least. I don't know if you agree with that or not. Like TLO can play a good Zerg versus Zerg if need be. Showtime is great versus Zerg, and then Hero Marine's pretty good as well. Is this not a little bit of a problem for you, perhaps?
Well, I feel like the Showtime is the biggest threat. Like TLO and Hero Marine is of course like very good as well, but I think the Showtime is one level up and he's the biggest obstacle.
But that's where you come in, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Or any one of us. I think like Zugeliang as well, he hasn't been any games, but I think he's capable of doing it as well.
I thank you. And so, do you have something to say to your homeland, home country, both of you, to the German fans and the Finnish fans? Dario, if you want to begin.
Yeah, just cheer for us. We're gonna try to make the fans in Germany proud, and also we're gonna make Sean proud, who's become a German by now, so it's also gonna try to make you proud, and I can't wait to take a train over to Paris and play in the venue.
Love the trains, mate. I've been taking a couple of trains from Germany. Great trains. You want to say anything in German at all? I mean,
Ja, sure. Wünsche uns allen viel Glück und wir werden unser Bestes geben. Finnland ist sehr stark, aber ich denke, sie können es nicht aufhalten.
All right, okay. Welmu?
Just cheer for us and yeah, that's it.
Should Finnish people have hope right now?
Yeah, we don't have to say much, you know. The result is pretty obvious. So.
The games will do the talking for you, Welmu.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so I guess the next part is predictions real fast then, before we get into the first players for both of you. Dario, want to start up? What you think, or how well this is going to go for you?
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if it's going to be 4-3 again, but this time it'll be in our favor.
And which one is the first player?
That'll be me.
Nice. All right, Welmu. So, quick prediction and the first player, please.
I will go with the same prediction as yesterday, 4-2 for us.
4-2.
And first player will be Zugeliang.
Zugeliang first.
Okay.
So it's going to be a Zugeliang versus TLO. Well, I would ask you to shake hands, but maybe do something on the Skype. But thank you very much. Good luck. Have fun. Have fun. Obviously, this is all about the game, and we'll see you in the game.
Yep.
Thank you.
Good luck, boys.
Good luck.
All right.
I'm so hyped. I'm so hyped. That's the eighth slot. Who is gonna join the 7 other countries? And I must say, I can't decide which is a better country.
Very, very close. It's almost a 50-50 at this point. It kind of depends on, is Cyril going to perform as good as yesterday? If he does, then I think Germany could be in trouble.
Yeah. So, TLO, Zugeliang, let's go, casters. Hype this, please.
We'll do our best, Ponf, thank you. This is going to be a good match here, and starting with the ZVZ. Where is P-Drogo? Can he seriously miss this?
Yeah,
we need him for the ZVZ.
He just decided to sit out. I think he's eating some pasta and he's like hiding behind his laptop.
It's ZVZ, come on, like, you can eat at the same time and enlighten us at the same time.
Do you know which channel I have to join you on? Because Apollo's account was logged in before. Wait, maybe.
Aren't you on it already? Like,
yeah.
it automatically joins.
Okay, I'll try. 1 sec. Let's do this again, boys. Sorry about that. It's going to be an awesome match. I love Belmu interviews, by the way. He's just like, so cheer for us.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's
we
it.
win. Yeah.
4-2 maybe. He's a great guy, but
he reeks of confidence.
It's really funny because we're talking so much about Cyril, obviously, because he went up 3-0 yesterday against Korea, and that's a performance that's almost unheard of.
Yeah.
But in the match against Germany, Welmu was the MVP. He took out Showtime. He was able to get 3 points on the board, and that was a really big performance by him.
Did say that he thinks he's less consistent though than his friend Cyril, so we'll see if he can do as well here today. I like what TLO said. I asked him this question too about a rematch and how much they got to watch Finland play, because I knew he was probably going to answer this way, where you see somebody play a lot, and sure, they're playing well, but you get a lot of information on them here in this case for sure. And I know that TLO likes to play with more information than not. So it's definitely going to be something they have going for them here. But starting with the first map is going to be very important to open the scoreboard here for both of these guys. And Germany definitely should be favorite with TLO up against Zhuge
Yeah, I agree as well. And I'm not too surprised to see that this is going to be the first match, right? Central Protocol is the map that's set in stone. That's going to be the first map, and then the teams have to send out a player. Well, I'm not shocked that Finland decides to send out there, once again, with all due respect,
drone.
Yeah, the weakest player, right? Like, he's capable of winning, sure, but if he loses, that's not as bad as if Sarah or Welmo goes down immediately. And I guess Germany kind of expected it, and that's why they send out this man. Spawning on the left bottom side of Central Protocol, it is the one and only Wunderwunsch himself, TLO.
Dr. Dario is in the place. And his opponents, starting on the top right-hand side of Central Protocol, playing as the Blue Zerg for Finland, it is of course Zhuge.
You know, this was the only time when we were doing the pre-game interviews and people were speaking in their native tongue that I could actually understand it. I was like, yeah, Dario!
Oh, other than Netherlands.
Yeah, obviously.
As well, right?
Yeah, of course.
What would he say?
He just said that Finland is a pretty strong nation, but he hopes that everybody's cheering for them and they'll do their best. And he said he'll think he'll bring it to a good end. Something like that. I mean, I forgot exactly what he said, but while he was talking, I could understand it. Okay. It was awesome. I was like, yeah, I finally feel slightly above average intelligence right now.
You feel like you're part of the cool kids.
Yeah. And like also to his comment saying that like I'll do it for Apollo because Apollo basically became a German right now. Apollo only becomes German when England loses in the World Cup again and he has like no country to cheer for anymore. And then suddenly
Apollo like only jumps ship to like the winning teams. Like if Germany loses in like a tournament or something, he's literally gonna hide his German shirt.
He'll show
away
up with a Russian jersey if he has to. Like if ice hockey becomes big, then Apollo is only a Russian. Like just don't buy into it, guys. He's just a bandwagoner.
If France goes deep in the
so
tournament, I could see him show up with a French jersey.
Yes. Like in the end, like Sean has like 2 jerseys of both teams in the final, and then he's like, all right, which one do I wear? And like he shows up with the France jersey, but they're down 0-1 at halftime, and he swaps it for the Belgium one. He's like, yeah, go Belgique! I've always loved Belgium. I would love to say that he could wear a Dutch jersey as well, but we all know how that went, Johan. So we ain't gonna talk about football anymore.
So that's a good thing about this tournament, though. It has nothing to do with football and people who didn't necessarily do well in it.
You know what's awesome as well? That I know there are a lot of very passionate German fans out there that if Germany would make it to the semi-finals, I think there's a good chance a couple of Germans are gonna join TLO.
Borsti is leading the pack.
Yeah, on the
I could see him with his megaphone. Germany, Uber, alles. Sing with me.
I'm not sure if you should sing that.
Why?
In Paris?
Well, I mean, isn't that how they cheer? What do they say in Germany?
I think there's like different chants.
Okay, I thought Germany Uber alles was like the main theme. In France it's Allez les Bleus. But actually I don't think we use that for gaming nearly as much, but maybe yeah.
Alright, let's focus on the game here a little bit. Johannes TLO is actually down 7 workers, which of course means that he's going to try to be pretty damn aggressive over here, but I kind of like the position that Zulian is in, because he already has a roach warren down, 6 roaches are on the production tab, he's up 7 drones, so even if he ends up losing a couple workers here, that's not that bad.
Let's see if he can salvage the situation here. Banelings are going to start coming in. There isn't many drones here to get... Oh, actually, he gets the most of these too, wow.
That was pretty much the best case scenario. He's even going to get a 4th drone. That's not all that bad.
Zhuge might counter-attack though.
It's hard to counter-attack with slow roaches though, right?
They're going to take like 15 minutes to cross the map, but there will only be Lynx and Banelings to defend. TLO drones up behind this and so does Zhuge. Yeah, well, good luck. You're going to need 15 roaches, mate, to wall this off.
Dario is going to get his own roach one as well. While he was down 7 drones by the time that this attack started, he turned it around and now he's up a couple workers.
So it's better for Zhuge. He's going to be up 2 drones a little bit earlier than TLO, and he's got way more army here with these roaches, so I like his position.
I think it's going to be a little tricky though, Johan, because I don't think he can attack. I think he's going to have to drag this onto a macro game, because with slow roaches attacking cross map, I just think you're finding yourself in a position where you don't really want to be. So now we do see the layer going down, and that I do like. So maybe in the end it was a very acceptable hold. Of course he was mining quite a bit more with those 7 additional drones he had early on, so pretty decent spot for a Finnish Zerg.
Maybe minimal saturation on 2 bases, mass roaches in an attack. He could have take a 3rd base as well, but on this map we've talked extensively already in the past about how it's so hard to secure a 3rd against any kind of attack, especially in ZVZ. You're going to have so much mobility with speed links here for TLO already being researched. What do you think is the best course of action here for Zhuge?
I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah, that's why we need Drogo on this.
I think sticking with roaches is not bad, right? If you already have a roach advantage and
you just go to base.
Yeah, just take it easy. Just kind of try to mirror what your opponent is doing. And right now he's in a pretty damn decent spot, right? He's up 15 army supply. He's going to have quicker access to Zerglings as well. The only, to upgrades. The only thing that TLO really has going for himself is that he has speed on the links, and maybe he can deny this third base. Like the longer I finish, Zerg is going to wait with planting his third base, the better it's going to be for TLO, obviously in the long haul, because he's going to have way more larva to work with.
It's looking very worrying for TLO, really. Like even though he's rushing that third base earlier than his opponent, and he's got some leagues out on the map, so some initiative, he's quite a bit behind in army supply and in tech, in everything, really. Everything starting much earlier here for Zhuge except that third base. Germany, remember, they suffered a very disappointing loss last NationWars to Canada, and back then it was, I think, Desro that beat TLO, and then TLO tweeted something like it was I think the saddest tweet I've ever seen from him after losing a tournament. He says something like one of the worst moments of my life or something. So I'm pretty sure he wants to redeem himself this time around.
I love what TLO is doing though with his speed links on the right side of the map. He's counter-attacking, he's forcing a couple of roaches to stay at home while he's still already going up to 3 bases. His third hatchery is done right now, Johan. He's still down quite a bit in army supply though. TLO really needs to stop droning. I don't know why he tried to squeeze out 4 or 5 drones there. His opponent is damn serious about the aggression.
66 army supply to 41. TLO, he's only got 10 roaches against the 26 of Zhuge Liang. I mean, that Zergling counter-attack is going to be nice, but can it really kill enough?
Wow, are we looking at a potential upset over here already in the first map between Finland and Germany again?
It's looking so.
Yeah, TLO is going to be in trouble. I don't think he can save this hatchery, man. I think he's just going to let it go. I know that's the only advantage he has going for himself.
Oh, he gets close and he's going to get chased here. Zhuge Liang smells blood in the water, and he's going to be getting right in there, chasing on these roaches, sniping some very important ones. Still quite a bit of army ahead.
TLO is going to pull all the drones. He can afford to lose a couple. He's going to try to trap these roaches with the Zerglings, but that's not going to help out. Good job though picking up the Ravagers. That's one thing that TLO did very well there.
Clear reconstitution already like finished such a long time ago for Zhuge Liang, whereas TLO is about to get it.
It was about to get a little closer, but it seems like our Finnish Zerg is going to be able to be victorious here after all, as he's taking again a commanding supply lead. He's doubling the roach count right now of Dario, and TLO in a lot of trouble. Perhaps Germany already in a little bit of trouble in this deciding nation war.
A disastrous situation. In the meantime, Zhuge Liang is starting to work on his third base. I can't believe TLO actually saturated that. Yeah, these were the drones too much, as you mentioned earlier, for sure. He was not supposed to make these. He was supposed to get more army. And TLO is now in so much trouble. 68 army supply to 48. TLO is trying to hold on somehow, but Zhuge Liang not gonna lose too many units out of position.
I mean, the only thing that Dario has going for himself now is that he's mining a little bit more, and he has much quicker reinforcements, right? And he has access to more larva. Is that hatchery done right now? Yeah, it is. So actually, our Finnish Zerg is up to 3 bases now as well.
Not the best killer instinct here by Zhuge Liang. Yeah, I think he could have finished if he got into that mirror line on the third base, made sure he killed those drones. Because right now they're gonna get their worth in gold here for sure. They've already mined quite a bit.
Yeah, I think at a certain point when he was just trying to gather his reinforcements, he should have just gone for the hatchery, maybe overextended a little bit. The longer he waits, the better this is going to be for TLO. And I actually think that TLO has an army right now that can combat the army of the Finnish Zerg. Is Dario going to be able to turn it around perhaps? +2 starting for Zhuge Liang.
Snipe to double Ravager here before pulling back in position to try and hold this massive roach army of Zhuge Liang. Zhuge Liang finally here taking a big fight, but TLO bought himself a little bit of time. He's got quite a bit more roaches than he used to. Is it enough though? It might be. With those coming in from behind, Zhuge Liang still trading as best as he can. TLO behind on the roach numbers.
He still has a lot of full HP roaches, Johan. He's actually doing pretty damn decent there. Well, got a little bit nervous, sent a couple of his drones by accident across the map. He's going to be able to pick off a queen here, maybe a few more roaches, and then just get the hell out of here. Working count, it's close. Army supply, he's still ahead, but he's not that far ahead that he can just finish it immediately. Well done there, though. Very well done, actually.
Yeah, TLO did start his missile +2, but quite a bit later than his opponent here. And now it's 55 drones for TLO, 52 for Zhuge Liang, who still got quite a bit more army. 76 to 36. All right, like that's... I really don't think like TLO is going to be able to hold on unless he cranks out a ton of army here right now.
Okay, well, he's going to have to retreat for now. I mean, there's no need to fight, right, before your +2 is ready. When you know that there's a good chance you started +2 quite a bit before your opponent, because your +1 was a lot faster as well. You can see that the Finnish Zerg was getting a little nervous, though. Like a couple of drones, 3, 4, 5 drones were misread going across the map. I mean, this is a big spot. He knows that if he takes out TLO over here, that is an amazing start for Finland, because then suddenly victory becomes so much more realistic again.
And Cyril would be so happy, man. They just fist bump.
Because they, like, even though they are very strong players, they would struggle a lot with Dario. We know that TLO on his best day is capable of defeating almost everybody in Europe.
Alright, let's see. Zhuge is going to set up TLO's trying to bait for these roaches to be attacking his building, so that not the entire army is fighting against these roaches. Only one single Ravager is in there for Zhuge.
I mean, it's just snowballing out of control, man. Zhuge is playing so much better than we saw him play yesterday, Yon. He's still up 30-40 supply. He's pushing Dario back. 12 roaches in production. This time
plus 2.
Yeah,
yes,
awesome macro, awesome micro. A couple of roaches left behind in the middle line as well. So he's not just winning the fight, he's killing the drones, and I think that this is going to be it. I think Finland is going to go up 1-0.
There is too much here for Zhuge. He finally gets right in there with his massive army, and TLO just doesn't have enough. He overdrone a little bit and just didn't do well enough here against his Finnish opponents.
Wow.
All the drones are dying. TLO's trying to reinforce, but he's down to his last few forces. Zhuge finally is gonna get a win, and what an important one here. GG.
He wins when it almost means the most, I'd say, in the deciding match over here to determine who is going to be the 8th nation to qualify for the playoffs. Finland goes up 1-0 over Germany, and I think this was like, I think this is a huge surprise to the German team as well.
Yeah.
You know, they probably look at it, central protocol. All right, they probably send out, as you like to call, the scout player, and then
the scouting drone.
Yeah,
or even the scouting overlord. That's not even supposed to attack, but in this case, he did fight back.
Yeah, and you know it as well. Like, this is a difficult map for Protoss, and even as a Terran, we saw it yesterday, Innovation. So Hero Marine is probably like, you know, that could be a little risky for me, even though maybe I'll do fine. I think it's better if TLO just takes care of it in the ZVZ, and then suddenly, I mean, this is the world upside down. Zhuge going up 1-0 here for Finland against Germany. Man, pressure is on immediately.
They're going to have to react ASAP. Let's enjoy this evening. # Germany fighting. Pizza. What's in that pizza box on the left-hand side?
You can actually order wings and stuff these days at pizza places.
Like you can order everything. As long as it's unhealthy. Cookies, ice cream. They've got everything, man.
It's like the other day I was trying to order pizza and I ended up with like Buffalo Wild Wings and chicken pops and all these things.
Deutsche Qualität.
It's a good, efficient lineup normally. Ooh, cheeky black label.
Johnny Walker, go Germany. Just water.
Oh, what a healthy guy. I mean, it's Sunday night, you know, there's nothing wrong being a little healthy on Sunday evening.
Yeah, you gotta stay hydrated, man. And all right, Germany has to react. Who do they send out? Hero Marine or Showtime here?
I think Showtime. It depends a little bit on the map order. Let's take a look at the map order, right? So we could already figure it out because we have been invited to the game, but we don't want to spoil it for ourselves. So let's see how good our prediction skills are on. Oops. Let's see if...
Refresh it entirely.
Did Aromi do his job? The second map is going to be played on Orbital Shipyard. The third map would be Dust Tower. So it makes sense to me that Showtime is coming out.
Yeah, I think it's alright to send Showtime here.
I think these are two excellent maps for Showtime.
To agree with you.
And if he would win both matches, well, then maybe on the fourth map, Runes of Saras, then he will probably play against Sero. I think that's when Sero would like to come out.
Yeah.
Assuming that Showtime is going to win every map, which is not that easy. I mean, we saw it yesterday with Welmo, who did take him down on the arena. Man, I did not expect the start of this NationWars, and I really thought that Germany was going to, you know, settle things.
Nobody expected it except Zhuge. Maybe not even him.
And it's cool as well because Velmo said it in the pre-game interview. He's like, you know, Zhuge is actually capable of winning games. He's better than, you know, probably what you guys have seen so far. And I mean, yesterday we already said it's not fair, right? You go up against Innovation, you're a huge underdog, and then you try to do something normal, and then everything falls apart. Your supply block, you're nervous. It can be very deceiving because a lot of people probably look at it like, oh my God, you know, facepalm, this guy's so bad. Dance game, what are we watching? And then suddenly, you know, he shows up today and he just plays an excellent ZVZ. Like, I think that's pretty awesome.
All right, here we go. Who is it going to be?
Showtime!
Showtime or Hero Marine?
What was it that Borsi said again? The tweet that he sent out with Showtime? I think he had a name for it. I don't know, it doesn't matter. It looked cool, though. It was excellent Photoshop.
The bird name, right? Or something?
Yeah, the Millennium Falcon or something, right? Showtime it is. Right. So it's going to be a PVZ. Makes sense, right? Dust Tower is pretty damn solid Protoss map. And the next map would be Orbital Shipyard, which even in a mirror, I think is a very fast straight-up map. And PVZ, I don't mind it all that much.
Yeah, I think that Showtime is definitely going to be the heavy favorite for this match. This time, I'd be really shocked if Zhuge wins. Like, be like, what the hell is going on?
All kill,
Yeah,
yo.
like,
Just when we thought we saw it all
the walls
kills
of Zugulian. Like, we
Zugulian.
need to send Roddy in there to stop him or something. Like, yeah, that'd be the only way. But
I think right now, Jan. Yesterday night I went to Meltdown, one of the esports bars here. Maybe some people are familiar with, some not, but it's awesome. It's just like a bar where you can hang out, but you can also play video games. And I sat down at Meltdown. I was like, you know what? My first game since I've been in Europe. So sit down, I log in, and I still have an old name, right? I have like I call myself the Golden Boy in the European server.
Yeah.
The first game I queue up, the guy's like, "Hey, Roddy, what's up? Good guest today." I was like, "How do you know?" You know, he's like, I watch a lot of streams." I was like, "Okay."
extreme fame. You've reached the status. #1 Starcraft streamer, ladies and gentlemen. He's sitting right there.
And thought I can confirm we're having a nice little pint on the edge of my desk. Still won a PvP.
Yeah?
I was a little slower than I used to be, but I still had it. We got 2 or 3 days to go hardcore. Oops.
What league was the guy in?
I didn't even look, but I did struggle because he had DTs. You know, he played a little bit like you, a bunch of Blink Stalkers, DTs.
Yeah, well, that's not my style. What the hell?
Oh, mate.
I use everything.
No, you're so dirty, Todd.
What?
You either never attack or you're all in with DTs. Yeah,
Why
Apollo's
don't we play a little
he's
bit
like,
tonight, and then I do neither of those things, and I will beat you.
Well, sure you will. I mean, I hope so, Todd. After you've played 12 hours a day for the last 2 weeks,
Wow.
it would be very sad if you
You
did
played
it.
more than me in Legacy. I will still beat you.
Yeah, maybe that's true.
No,
And definitely not in the last 2 weeks. Either way, we're getting ready to hop into Orbital Shipyard, and it's going to be a fun game. It's going to be a really big one between Showtime and Zugulian.
PVZ 57%. Not bad. Not bad.
How do you like this map, Johan?
I think it's all right. I think, well, yeah, you shouldn't ask me about this. Like, I will never be like overly positive. I will say that it's not as bad as some of the other maps out there, but you can definitely take a 3rd base, go up to 4 bases, and kind of do your thing. But let's jump into it here. Starting in the bottom side of the map, playing as the Blue Zerg. It is, of course, the guy who went up 1 map here against Germany, against all odds, Zugulian.
And this man has to bring it back for Deutschland. He's spawning on the top side of Orbital Shipyard. It's the one and only Showtime.
The man, the legend. Lots of hype actually around Showtime. You know, back in WCS in Poitiers, after he had a really strong performance, a lot of people were like, all right, this is the new kid on the block. One of the best foreigners, one of the best Protoss in Europe. And then he had a huge slump. Actually took a break from the game and came back really, really strong here in Legacy of the Void. That's DreamHack run he had was so impressive.
Whenever I think of Showtime, I always think a little bit that he's like a newer generation of Hazuops, right? You know, just a very calm, nice guy.
Hazuops Reborn.
Yeah, and I truly feel like it's the new Hazu, and that's an absolute compliment because Hazu is a legend when it comes to real-time strategy games. Did great in Warcraft 3, did amazing in Starcraft 2 as well, especially within the German scene. And Showtime right now winning multiple Meisterschafts, or the EPS as we call it. And just like he comes across as a very calm, nice guy, you know, nothing crazy. You never really meet somebody that's like, man, I hate Showtime. I can't stand that guy. You know, he's nice. There's nothing you
I'm
can
sure
say.
there are a few exceptions.
Yeah, maybe a couple Zergs that have never won a game. I don't know about that. I like him. I'm a fan, Johan.
Yeah, seems like a cool guy for sure. Gateway in the wall here, quick nexus and double gas. Just typical Showtime here of a build to go for this kind of stuff. Zugulian though took his natural outside of his main instead of going for the pocket one, and then behind is mining gas and a pool, so not gonna rush to many bases. I wonder if he just is playing a little bit of mind games and wants to get speed early, or if there is actually like some kind of very concise plan behind this with some sort of all-in maybe.
Yeah, it could be two things, right? Like him taking the hatchery on the low ground could be him saying, I want to get creep spread as fast as possible going, but it could also be, I'm going to be very aggressive and I want to have quicker reinforcements. It's one of the two, and it's up to Showtime to figure out which one it really is. If I'm Zugulian, I wouldn't mind going for something very crazy. Then again, it's hard to do something super insane on this map, right, against Protoss, because they're so safe on top of that small ramp.
Actually, taking that base and going for speeds, I think he's going to be able to defend better against any kind of adept play, maybe, if there were to be quite a bit of adepts. And from Protoss, it's been very popular, you know, getting a war prism, sending in adepts in every single base. We already saw that earlier in this tournament quite a bit, especially from players like Showtime. So, yeah, you want to get speed quickly, and if you rush for 3 bases, it's going to be much harder than otherwise. And in this case, Showtime, it doesn't look right now like he wants to commit for aggression that much, because instead of going for double adept, he got just the single one.
We'll see. So far, it's a similar opening, right, to what we saw him do against Petraeus. on Duck's Towers, where he opens up with the Mothership Core, one Adept that's going to make its way across the map, and then one Stalker. It's nothing but drones in the production tab for Zugalian on the other side of the map. That Stalker would have loved to get the Overlord kill, but he's not going to get it just yet. So if he wants to drop a Stargate or something, he's going to have to wait with it a little bit. He has the resources to drop a Stargate, and most of the time when I feel when they have the resources, they want to do it.
I mean, if you can afford it, why wouldn't you do it? Isn't that your motto?
Well, there's not a whole lot of things I can afford right now, There's not too much I can do.
Oh! Not gonna get that other drone. Forcing another spore, though. Not bad. 2 drones, 2 spores.
Oh, wow.
That work and still double Stargate. Gonna go down. Roddy build!
If you can afford it, you should just do it, Todd. This is awesome, actually. Double Stargate is something that truly excites me. And now the first question that I have on my mind, is he going to start up +1 as well as soon as Warp Gate is done? Is this for Phoenixes? Most likely yes, but maybe he opens up with 1 Oracle. Or we've seen some crazy multiple Oracle builds coming out from a couple of the Southeast Asian protoses.
What are you thinking? Phoenixes?
I think Phoenixes +1.
It's funny actually how now, because Chrono Boost is continuous and so different than before, you can go for less Stargates actually, and like make sure that basically you just keep on making Phoenixes and you don't have to pay any attention to the Chrono Boost because it's automatic.
Yeah.
It's really sick.
I love this, by the way, despite the fact that he's going double Stargate, still going up to 3 bases at 4 minutes and 40 seconds. That's actually that's very quick. That's a lot quicker than we saw him do on the other map a couple of days ago, Runes of Ceres, where he went up to 3 bases like 5 minutes and 30 seconds.
What's the follow-up gonna be though? Like you can't get just Phoenixes and expect to win, can you?
You know what it is, Todd.
From you, I would know. But from Showtime, what are you thinking?
I think a couple charge slots is not a bad way to start, right? Or maybe he goes up to 3 or 4 Stargates, and eventually we're going to see carriers. But since he didn't start +1 yet, I think it's just going to be, well, a Robo for now. But I think we're going to see a pretty early Twilight Console too.
That Spire, I don't know about it, mate. Just gonna scout the Stargates. Let's see if he cancels.
Maybe he wants to go for a full-on Spire War.
Corruptus.
Yeah, Corruptus, eventually a couple of Vipers, Parasitic Bomb, why not?
Maybe he likes a challenge and goes Mutas anyway. Yeah, it's Showtime. This is going to be really annoying. He's going to get a bunch of Overlords, keep on flying around. And it looks like Zhuge actually wants to go for quite a bit of Queens. So as much as he's not going to cancel the Spire, he's going for Infestation Pit, and I'm pretty sure he's going to try to reach Infestors here, kind of like in a Snoot style, to try and land some fungal on these Phoenixes.
Yeah, a couple spores are going to go down, but Showtime is an excellent Phoenix player, so most of the time, even when there are a couple spores, he will still find an opening. And from this point on, it's basically like the hunting season has opened, right? It's happy hunting season. These Phoenixes are going to be able to find an opening here and there, just pick up drones.
Robo Bay behind this, and second Robo. Colossus, Phoenix.
Wow,
What do you think, Disruptor?
I don't think if you want to go Disruptor, you need double Robo this quickly, right? And it's also like, I mean, like Disruptor Phoenix doesn't complement each other very well, because they're both units that need to activate an ability and they don't automatically shoot. So I kind of think he's going to go a couple Immortals and then Colossus, and obviously we'll add a few Disruptors in the mix, but I don't see him squeezing out or pumping out 2 Disruptors at a time. That would be very surprising.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily mean as well a huge commitment on either. You can get a second Robo to make sure that you're producing out of 1 Robo in terms of, proper units, attacking units like Immortals, Disruptor or Colossus. And then with the other one, get a War Prism with War Prism speed, which Showtime is so good with as well. So we'll see if he actually goes for that. Corruptor production here is going to begin. Well, and we should see Infestor start here in a second.
I find it risky to go Corruptors against double Stargate. How do you feel about that choice of him?
Yeah, against a really good Protoss, like, he's not going to just fly around and lose all of his stuff, I think so.
Well done there. That was very well done by Zhuge being able to transfuse that Queen a couple of times and forcing the escape button for Showtime and backing off for now, wasting a little bit of energy.
What's Zhuge aiming for though? I think he might start Hive. Yeah, there. Yeah. So he might want to go for Ultras here. As soon as you have enough Queens and Infestors to deal with the Phoenixes, you're not really worried about anything on the ground because you have a lot of links and then you rush for Ultras. But Showtime, we saw a very strong timing previously from him. I think it was against Cyril yesterday. So,
but with double Stargate and double Robo, I don't feel that he's aiming for some sort of timing, right?
It would be really hard. He'd have to have a lot of gateways to be able to attack now and make it work. So I think Showtime might just be aiming to go into 4 bases and play a longer game, which can be very tricky. against Zerg. We've seen it yesterday. It was really hard to pull off those wins for Protoss. Even Parting lost in one of those.
Well, +2 is on the way. War Prism on the way now as well for Showtime. Both players bank a little bit of mana. I do love this run by though. These Lings finding a brilliant opening over here. He knew that the rocks were taken down. Showtime is marching across the map, so he should get a cancel on this fort base.
Yeah, he's actually trying to go for a timing here, regardless.
And that's very big, by the way. Getting a cancel on the fort base against a player that wants to go up to Ultralisk, I think that's a massive pickoff.
What are they doing?
I don't know where are they? Chilling. They're hiding. They're afraid of parasitic bomb thought. They know it's coming.
At some point, it's out there.
Alright, so this fort base does get sniped. At the same time, Zhuge is going to be able to snipe this base as well. Lynx have one upgrade. He shouldn't have gone for the pylon. I think he should have gone for the Nexus. He wouldn't be able to get it. Killing a pylon is nice, but not as important as forcing the cancel the Nexus. The Disruptors! Oh my god.
Some massive detonations here from these disruptors, and behind his Showtime will pull back. Keep in mind, he doesn't have his mothership core, I think, with his army, so he can't recall out. If he were to be called by Ultras, it could be a disaster, but so far his army is looking pretty strong.
Yeah, look at the supply, Todd. It's 106 against 63. Keep looking. What do you see?
Bigger numbers for Showtime.
A much bigger number.
Look at the supply.
Hey, did he cancel one of the robos? Because I only see one robo unit in production all the time. Are you sure it was double robo? I don't think was it ever double robo?
Yeah, I think it was.
Okay.
There was a second robo and the robo base, so I guess maybe he changed his mind along the way in there.
I think it makes sense, right? If you already have double Stargate.
Yeah.
There are 4 Ultras on the way, but the upgrades are not massive right now. I think Stalkers in these numbers, that's a pretty decent disruptor hit again. The second one is even better. Gets a couple of roaches there. That roach one is very exposed, and a couple of Ultras. I don't think are going to save the day.
4 of them are about to come out, but Showtime is going to deal so much damage. Even before that happens, he had a massive supply lead, and Zhuge Liang, he had a nice win against TLO, but Showtime is just going to be too much for him here.
Yeah, I think this is just way too much Protoss, even though the Ultras did show up, and they will actually stand on top of these Stalkers, and a couple of Lings helping out quite a bit as well. That those Corruptors are shooting down the Prism, so well done. He's pushing Showtime back, but he lost a lot there, right?
Yeah, and there is the 4th base now. Unless he could break that now, I don't think that Zhuge Liang will be in too good a shape. Look at this guy.
He has to take out that adapt.
You know what I want to say.
Before you know that, no, that is not running the club, Todd. You don't even have to go there. That's a good snipe here again by Showtime. I would ignore the army, maybe just try to force a cancel on that hatchery. Even though so many Stalkers show up, then maybe you can actually just straight up fight his army. Because most of the units are out of position for Zhuge Liang, and he doesn't even have that many. That Ultra, though, somehow still survives. Singing a song right now, Todd. He's staying alive.
So cheesy, buddy. I love it. 2 more robos go down, and Zhuge Liang just doesn't have enough.
I mean, this is awesome play by Showtime, right? He's just denying.
I don't understand these Phoenixes, really. Like, you might as well suicide them.
No, you don't suicide Phoenixes, Todd. You give them Mantle of Valness and let them chill in peace. They've done their duty for the Protoss army. As Showtime is knocking up this ramp one more time. These Ultras are very scary, though. They've started to get some pretty decent upgrades right now. They've got kindness plating. Disruptors do get very juicy hits off, and I think they splashed over every single Ultra. That's still not going to be enough for Showtime for now. Well,
yeah, but he doesn't care, I think.
Yeah, off creep, it's fine.
He's on 4 bases, he's got this, he knows it, he's gonna press forward. Meanwhile, back at home, he's producing Immortals. GG! And Showtime brings it back here for Germany in a very important map here.
Yeah, I mean, that would have been a terrible scenario, right, if Germany goes down 0-2, but I think...
What was third map?
Third map is Dusk Towers. This was Orbital, and then the next one is Dusk Towers. So I'm kind of expecting Whelmu here, because, I mean, it's not a bad Zerg map, but I also think it's a pretty good Protoss map, and, you know, the way that Serral likes to play, it depends so much, or like it evolves so much around the 4th base, that I would rather save him
it would be risky to send Serral.
Yeah. I would rather save him for Runes of Saras, which would be the map after this.
Yeah. Serral is so good, though. Do you actually... Can you tell to yourself here as Finland, there is a good chance that Whelmu's going to lose, so we'll keep Serral for later, or do they try and play somebody who they think is going to have a good chance?
Yesterday, Whelmu won against Showtime.
Yeah.
He went 1-on-1, I believe. He won the first time, and then they revived Showtime, and then Showtime did turn it around. But then Serral was the one that's able to close it out in the end. So
yeah, so it's a weird situation. Like if they send Whelmu, sure, Serral has his map after, but then they lost Whelmu. That's a little bit of a disaster in itself.
Yeah. But I mean, if you lose Cero right now, then you send Romo out on Runes of Sarens, and I'm not sure how much he likes that map in PvP. I don't think there was a lot of It's a very unique map, right? Because there's so much surface area. We can talk about that if it actually happens. We are going to figure it out real soon, though. Who is going to be the next player of Finland? I'm personally expecting Wellmo. I think this is Dust Towers is a pretty decent mirror map. And I'm kind of expecting him to just bring it out, try to play a relatively straight-up game. And even though Showtime is an absolute monster, Wellmo has done it before, so why wouldn't he be able to do it again?
Hats off to Juggle Young, though.
Yeah.
Getting a very crucial map win here at a very important moment against Dr. Dario. He saved his map win for the best, for the last, like the most important match, I think.
No, I couldn't agree more with you. So we will know in 8 seconds. Johan, final call?
Oh, you know what? I want to disagree with you. I've agreed too much, so it's going to be Cyril, mate. Sorry.
It's going to be Wellmo, mate.
Rich with pepperinos! Who's your daddy?
Well, not you.
It's me, look, it's Cyril, mate.
Yeah, okay, so it is going to be Cero. I'm a little bit surprised here, but all right. Those towers it's going to be. We saw Patreus play an awesome game on that map yesterday against Sparting. Is Cero going to be able to do the same for Finland against Germany? As always, after 2 maps, we're going to do a very small break, and we'll be back in 2 minutes with the 3rd map between Germany and Finland.
Welcome back to NationWars. Hello, everyone. With Rotti and Drogo.
Hello.
Hello, welcome back for another cast. You've been playing some games, I see. Not as much as the last 3 days.
A couple of co-op games.
Yeah?
You shouldn't really notice that. It's not really useful.
I shouldn't notice these things, Kev.
Yes.
You're excited to cast some Germany versus Finland?
I'm really excited to see Showtime versus Cyril. Last time we played, it was an incredibly high-level game, and I accept the same here.
I mean, this was kind of inevitable to happen, right? We knew that these 2 players were going to go up against each other eventually. We just didn't know when it was going to happen. Well, it's happening when the score is 1-1, so it's a pretty crucial encounter. And I'm excited, man. Like, Showtime, the last game, I felt he was freestyling a little bit. He's probably, like, he felt pretty confident about his ults in that match. He's like, you know what, double Stargate, I'll just take the game from there. I shouldn't really die to anything. I think right now, I don't know what he has, but this is the moment you bring out your absolute best build. Like, there's no holding back.
Absolutely, this can really get the momentum swinging for either Germany or Finland with this victory, because pretty much these are the 2 best players for each side. So a big game on Dusk Towers. Protoss versus Terran, not looking good, but Protoss versus Zerg, you're looking okay. It's 52%.
I still don't know how it can only be 9%.
Because Terrans have been getting wrecked, apparently, in NationWars so far.
No, it's the other way around, mate. Protoss wins only 9%.
Protoss been getting wrecked.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know, 9% just seems so extreme, right? They've played 10 games, and maybe it's 9-1, I guess.
All right, Kev, do some intros.
All right, over here in the left bottom side of Dust Towers, we're looking at the main base of the German Protoss himself. Once again, it's Showtime. It's Showtime.
Go on, Cyril. Do Cyril.
The top right of the map, this is the hope of the Finnish team. My insanity is Cyril.
Cyril.
You know there was a Showtime in Warcraft 3 as well, a Korean one.
Yeah?
Showtime Wera. He was very popular in the early days of Warcraft 3. Talking ancient history now, 2003, 2004.
Oh,
Ooh,
damn.
Blocked.
I was about to say, I don't like this early prop scout by Showtime, but it prevented the archery from going down for like 10 seconds, so I think it's pretty good. I wonder if that's on purpose or if you just got lucky.
Why not both?
I'm okay, yeah.
And why not both? Because like usually you scout after the pylon on 4-player maps because you really don't want to get cheese, but you're not gonna die to cheese on this map. It's incredibly easy to defend because of the free natural. So I don't know. It's gonna be gasless from Cyril once again.
So if this pro blocks it one more time, that's starting to become very frustrating, I think, for Cero. I wouldn't even mind to see him wiping the pylon here.
And here goes pylon.
Ah, 2 drones too. It's a little bit annoying.
Yeah, but I feel like, Showtime prepared something. Cyril has been playing gasless for 2 games in a row, and is doing it again. So I think Showtime has a build prepared to counter the playstyle.
He has a build.
He has a build.
And it was pretty sneaky from Cyril. Did you
Second
see how
drone.
he had a probe that was hidden at the 3rd base, waiting
Yeah.
for the pylon to be cancelled?
Then he goes down and takes it.
Cheeky.
All right, so second gateway now coming in for Showtime. He's shown a few variations, whether it's the 2 Adept to begin with, it's an Adept, then a Stalker, then his tech structure.
Double gates after Nexus first. Something he could do that we've never seen before, I believe, is double Stalker to get rid of the Overlord and poking the front constantly. Since Serral is not taking his gases, he's going to be able to poke with Stalker endlessly. Something
we saw Parting do that a couple times, right? Like, and he loves to get a couple of pylons down as well, and then it's like a Stalker pylon rush.
Mothership core, then first Adepts.
And we're gonna see 2 Adepts, yes, okay, 2 Adepts. He's not chrono boosting them. Yeah, I mean, chrono boost is not that big of a deal anymore, but it's something kind of weird. I've never seen that.
Maybe he wants to get multiple Adepts on. Is he chrono boosting his cybernetics core or is it just probes?
Oh no, no, he's gonna, okay, we're just late chrono boosting his gateways.
Alright, well, we'll see.
More Adepts, man.
Oh, he's making more Adepts. I wonder if he's gonna do the
pylon rush?
6 gate.
Like, no, it's a weird Korean build that I've just seen, like I think he's doing it. You make 2 Adepts, Twilight Conceal, 2 more Adepts, then 2 more Adepts, then you make the other grade, then even more Adepts. I wonder
Sounds like a lot of Adepts.
Yeah. So basically he's making a lot of Adepts.
Yeah. He's also bringing a probe. Maybe he's gonna plant them a pylon to
pylon rush. Like, I mean, if there's no speed.
Oh, yeah. So that's the thing. He's gonna poke with his Adepts, and every time
he's space right there.
Yeah.
Before creep.
Yeah. This is a very important one. If he gets it down, he's gonna be quick.
Okay, there. 2 pylons.
Not in range of the hatchery though, so I don't think this is that scary for Serral.
4 queen already.
That's a lot.
I don't think this is gonna work.
Well, the pylons, that's not going to work. He's going to focus them down, but the Adepts have run to the mineral line at the back. They've got 2 drones, but Lings are out just in the nick of time here.
Serral so good, always has Lings in position. He's going to be able to get this pylon as well. I mean, one Photon Overcharge will go down, but he's going to be able to shut the Adepts down. Only lost 4 workers. I don't think that's all that bad. He is down on 11 workers, but from this point on, it's basically happy droning season.
Yeah.
So he should be able to catch up in no time.
Yeah, so this was definitely a build to snipe gasless, but the thing is, on this map, Serral was able to get 4 queens to deny the pylons. If he had like a little bit less queen or less zerglings, I think Showtime will be in a fantastic position, but right now this is kind of awkward for him. With just a pylon at the front, denying, I don't know.
Cruise threat.
Yeah.
Not even that, damn it. Counterattack is, well, it's not going to be that intimidating because speed is long ways off. There is a forge and a robotics facility going up on the other side of the map, and a Nexus being wiped in right now for Showtime. But they should be able to keep that Nexus alive just with a couple of photon overcharges. I'm not sure where the mothership core is, but it's making its way back.
But to be fair, Showtime has a little probe lead, and he has that for quite some time now, so he's by no means in a bad position.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now he's gonna play a macro game, and Serral is scary in macro game TVP.
5 Overlords in production at once, by the way. While that Road version is finishing off, are we going to see some Road Ravager over here?
I very much doubt so. But
with 5 Overlords, I don't know.
Yeah. Gonna save
double Roach Wine as well.
Oh.
Maybe a mistake.
Yeah.
Like, double Roach Warren used to be the cool thing to do in Net of the Swarm, but I'm not so sure about that in Legacy of the Void.
Yeah, I think it's a mistake.
Yeah, he's not even using the second one for Tunnel and Claws. And
Good
2
catch.
Evolution Chambers will go down as well, so.
Maybe Serral is feeling the pressure a little bit, because this is quite a costly mistake.
War Prism now going to head towards the main base, see what he can get done. There's Lings already on the way and following with Queens around. Is there enough to defend though? Okay, with these roaches, yeah. So an attempt by Showtime, shouldn't really be able to get too much done here, he has to back off. And melee upgrade coming out from the Evolution Chambers, as well as the Hydralisk dead now too, so.
It kind of seems like he just wants to sing this one out, right? Like he's just getting everything, he's doing it slow and steady, will eventually go up to 4 bases, but I don't think he's like setting himself up for any sort of strong attack.
Yeah, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Like Showtime again, going for blinks and +2.
Yeah.
But in theory, versus someone going double upgrade for Zerglings, making Zerglings Ravager, Blink Stalker attack are not effective at all versus that. So Showtime will have no choice but to play the long game, I think.
He goes in, sees the Lurker Den now as well.
Yeah, so.
And second Robo gets added.
I really like that choice. Going aggressive would have been really bad. And Blink Stalker are pretty good versus Lurkers in general.
Alright, so getting to the longer stages of this game, Showtime's going to have to show his muscles a little bit later on in this matchup. And that's like you said, where Serral's going to get really scary, especially because his creep spread's looking pretty sick.
The creep spread of Serral is always amazing.
Yeah. Do you think that Serral plans an attack around the 4th Nexus area before it's established?
No, I think you just want to get lurkers to secure the next stack, and then maybe do some harass above the 4th base with lurkers.
I love the defensive cannons over here by Showtime. I mean, yesterday he struggled a lot with the continuous Ling run-bys that were obviously this well-upgraded Lings. He did so much, so he's just like, alright, that happened once, but not again. We're gonna get some cannons immediately.
Yeah. And that's what kind of ripped Showtime apart. I mean, I think he played really well in that game, but that was his biggest downfall, right? Was dealing with the Link run-bys.
Yeah, and not being able to secure his 4th base, which should be a little easier on this map. Like this is not Laralac Crest.
On this map, securing a 4th and 5th base is a lot easier, definitely.
Well, you say that, but Links are wrapping around it already. Straight in here. There are 4 Adepts, though, and these Lurklings aren't fully upgraded. They're only at +1 attack, so they don't destroy it too fast.
So this is a lot better already. I think if all of those Links, if the Links in the natural wouldn't have died to those cannons, I think then he would have been able to get the cancel on his 4th base. Now he's not, so that's definitely going to make things a little bit more complicated for Serral. Showtime's army looks pretty intimidating, but with 5-6 lurkers, as long as you spread them out, you should be fine.
Yeah, covering a very wide area.
So Serral is gonna use the good old strategy of making Spore Crawlers in front of your lurkers, which makes them insanely hard to kill if you don't have an Oracle for Revelation.
Now Link's running towards that 4th again.
It's full on HP, right? And a couple of cannons are being wiped in. I'm not sure if Adepts were left behind. Yes, they were. Very well done. Even positioning them there between the Nexus in the middle.
This looks scary for Serral just because Showtime's learning from what stopped him yesterday. And these small tricks aren't working anymore for Serral.
Yeah, and this move out by Showtime isn't meant to kill Serral at all. He's denying all of that creep that got us out of control the last time we played.
Yeah.
But, 3 Overlord with the drop upgrade. Maybe you're gonna see some just Zergling drop action. I mean,
yesterday we saw a lot of Zergling drops and they were extremely successful. It's so frustrating to deal with this kind of stuff because normally as a pros you got your wall ups, you got your cannons, and it's like, alright, you're fine. Nothing is supposed to be happening in my main base, and if suddenly like 16 to 24 Zerglings show up, it just it forces a big reaction, and the closer you get to being maxed out, the more annoying it is to deal with stuff like that.
Oh, he's gonna try and grab this 5th, excuse me. It looks like it's gonna be a nice and easy cancel. Lings run off again, splitting from away from the main forces.
Yeah, Serral this time usually got his bases denied, but he's not gonna be able to deny the 4th base of Showtime in return, so Showtime is in a good position compared to the game on Lyra.
He's throwing so many Lings at this, and if you think about all the Lings he's thrown at before this as well, it's a big commitment and he's not really getting anything done.
Yeah, these Zerglings don't have the Crackling upgrade, they don't have 2-2, so currently they're being dealt with quite easily.
Yeah, and here comes a big drop.
Yeah, that's going to be annoying. Look at the supply again of Showtime, by the way. He says 194 and 196 right now. What are you going to do? He even has the Mothership Core here, so that means no Photon Overcharge. I think these Zerglings are going to deal so much damage in his main base. He doesn't have a Dark Shrine either, so he can just wipe in a couple of Dark Templars. This is going to be a very, very frustrating drop to deal with. I might even recall, in all honesty.
Yeah, I feel like recall. Oh, nice dodge by Serral.
And more Zealots get walked in.
This is getting bad. Like, this is spiraling out of control very quickly.
He continues to open Zealots and Adepts to deal with it well, keeping his main force on the offensive on the other side of the map. Pylons going down, Gateways going down. Not that many pros, but maybe some more here.
Disruptor shot. Seems like he just doesn't want to back off, so that means he's going to push the issue even further. Ultralisk Cavern is halfway down, and then we do see that recall. It's a little late.
Yeah, Showtime being really indecisive here. He realized he couldn't kill Serral, so he has to recall really late after losing quite a bit of
Serral
economy.
is so good with his counterattacks, by the way. It's just over and over again. Even this time when Showtime was obviously preparing for it, you know, he just keeps on trying, and he finds a hole, and he's going to be able to snipe another Nexus maybe here, getting the fort. No,
Stalker's come down to help out just in time. There's even more Lings I see on the minimap running around this left-hand side. Maybe they're going to try and split off
all
again.
These Lings from, and he still has 2,500 minerals as well. It's so sick. He already lost 171 Lings.
Wow.
This guy. He loves the new Queens, guys.
Yeah.
And again, like Showtime, he shows to have his Mothership Core always on top of his army. Once again, being his downfall, because if you can't, like, overcharging your pylon versus this is amazing. And even if that drop in the main, if you can overcharge the pylon in your main because you have your Mothership Core nearby, it's amazing.
Oh, there's a lot of Lings running by as he couldn't really wipe in a single unit. So there's the robotics facility and not a recall being forced, but the robot will still get being picked off. Oh man, Sarah's playing so sick.
And then so there was Ravagers on the 4th base as well.
He's everywhere, guys.
This is crazy, and it looked like Showtime was dealing okay with him in the mid game when he was, to be honest. But then all of a sudden, Serral broke away. and is now making all these counters work. He's on top of the Nexus as well.
And this is just when you know that, like, by the time that you really want to attack, you're going to face a very, very scary Zerg army, because Serral is doing exactly what he wants to do.
Oh,
These lurkers!
He's cut off the army from going up there to deal with the Ravagers. The Nexus very low in hit points. He sends 2 more Corrosive Biles down. Very close to destroying that Nexus. Only 100 hit points, 2 more Corrosive Biles.
Lurker from the high ground. Does it reach?
I don't know.
I think it does. I think he's gonna try.
Maybe it
I think
does.
if you put it at the edge.
Oh yeah, if you put it at the edge, it definitely hits the Nexus.
Another Link counterattack set up on the far left-hand side. DTs get caught by multiple spikes. 5th base is going to get taken out, which is kind of nice.
Yep, that's definitely something that you can work with. Stereo is still pretty rich. Disruptible. Doing a really good job in avoiding those as well. He was going to try to pick it off, and these Links suddenly get stronger, man. Now they do
He's going
have
for the
adrenal
4th snipe.
glands.
He's going for the 4th snipe. Oh, he's going to take it out.
Pop.
Ah, Serral.
This guy's a beast. He's
This
an
guy
absolute
is
monster.
so relentless with these run-bys. He's got now almost fully upgraded Ultralisks. He has the greatest Spire finishing up.
Yeah, 7 Corruptors. I kind of think that Showtime just needs to get a bunch of cannons in one base, maybe leave a couple of defensive DTs or an Archon or 2, and just go for it. Then again, how do you just go for it into this? Like, no, actually, I take everything back that I just said. You can't just go for it against that.
13, 14 probes going down on this back base.
Yep, it reaches.
Oh, it's saving for the gas.
Okay,
Oh, GG drop.
Yeah, getting a little bit done. It's nice that he added a prism. I mean, a lot of people probably think like, he should have done that so long ago, but you know, there's only so many things I guess you can afford as well as a Protoss, but just defending is almost never the option. That Lurker is doing some serious work. He's gonna rack up kills in no time.
Yeah. Already at 4. He's going to try and deal with it now as the Observer comes back. Trying to take a 5th base and a 4th base now, Showtime is, who's really starved of minerals because of all this harassment.
Hey, this is nice, getting an Ultra there. How did that Ultra even see the DTs? Is there still Spore?
It's an Overseer, just
Oh, okay, I didn't see.
Alright, this is nice,
Yeah.
but this is scary.
Almost pick them all up and then like flow straight into the
Showtime's moving
Corrosive
forward
Bile.
into the middle, then he sees all the Broodlords and, just like yesterday, doesn't really have anything to combat them properly.
Yeah, I just suddenly feel that this Protoss army, it looked scary a while ago, and now you look at it and you're like, it's all kind of wasted supply, right? Like, it just feels like it's not even the same category anymore as going up against Broodlords, Ultras. We don't have Vipers yet, I believe, or maybe we're going top.
Not yet.
I mean, he can always add a few if he would like that. Adapts with upgrade. Still no match against Zerglings with upgrade. Oh my god, that's a massacre. These Lings might even win this fight too. Are you kidding me? These Zerglings are so sick. What is going on? Like, just 15 Lings just killed 12 Protoss units. Oh. Precious cargo lost. Oh my god.
Serral's on.
The cavalry is here.
Yeah, he's going to get pushed off this 5th, but look at this army. Supported by so many Lurkers as well. Well, look at this actually. He's jumping around to the other defensive Lurkers.
Yeah, Showtime is trying to go for the base trade, but there's already 4 Lurkers in defensive position.
Slowly getting taken out.
I mean,
what did Serral
11
do?
Mutalisks, by the way. Serral has been saving up. He's going to go for a big Mutalisk switch, which I think is a little bit questionable against all these Blink Stalkers with +3 attack already, but I guess if you base trade, you may as well just go Mutas, right?
Well,
Okay, that's an excellent actually interception. That's a really big pickup, getting an Ultralisk and 5 Ravengers here. 21 Mutalisk is what's going to be it for Serral. And he's going to be able to see them spot or pop pretty
and
soon
take
as
down
well.
some of them as well.
Yeah, that's a good blink. Excellent blink actually. That's -6, 7, 8 Mutas.
And suddenly the supply is pretty close. Is Showtime making it happen?
Dark Templar's being used defensively, but there's Overseers there. He's trying to build up this Mutalisk count.
And like, it's very important that Showtime keeps at least one base alive, right? Or that he keeps probes alive somehow, some way. I don't think there's a single... Whoa! Oh, you are so important right now, guy. Don't move. Whatever you do, don't move.
But that's the thing, Showtime doesn't have a lot of funds here. If all of his gases, like if he had enough Archon right now with his money, I think Showtime may be able to do it, but right now he barely has enough to kill the
Don't you think that if Serral just joins with his Mutalisk to fight head on, it's over?
Yeah, I think Serral wins in a straight up fight if he has all of his army together. But like, I don't know, Showtime will try to kill every building of Serral before Serral kills his.
Why did he warp in the HCs here? Feedbacks? Yeah, it gets any faster. It's gonna guide thrill. It gets 2. Okay, I guess it's alright. Because those infestors are not coming back anymore. I mean, all the hatcheries are pretty much dead as well for Serral, so...
They're like the last drone and last probe. Pass each other.
They both represent mankind as we know it right now.
But this is looking...
Showtime's coming back.
I mean, there's no need to run up that ramp. There's nothing to defend anymore in your main base.
He doesn't have any...
He has money for an access.
Yeah, he hasn't built anything out open.
Yeah, but he has one probe. He has to go for it no matter what.
No, I think... No. I don't think he wants to... I think he just wants to pick up a couple units with Blink Stalkers. Oh, that's so scary. There's no way you should ever run up this ramp.
What's his end game right now?
Just rebuild the Nexus somewhere and force Serral out of position, try to pick units off one by one.
If he had kept a lot of probe alive, I think he could try to go for it, but with only one probe, I don't know, this is looking dicey.
Obviously it's looking dicey, but running up that ramp is more than dicey. That's straight up suicide.
I guess you never want to do that, that's true.
It's like you walk into a concave of lurkers and broodlords that are well spread out. Does he not know about this base? Okay, he's gonna know about it real soon. It's actually very nice for Serral that he's been mining up this for a little while. Oh, he doesn't know.
Yeah, I like it. Like, these 4 zealots are not Protoss units.
They're not Protoss units. Well, this is an interesting way to wrap up this match between the two of them, as Showtime's going to sit on his Nexus.
Oh man, he's still mining from that hatchery as well. You gotta be super careful now, because every Stalker is worth its weight in gold. I mean, okay, Adepts actually just showing up to the party. They're gonna help out a little bit over here, picking up these drones, picking up... Why? Why is he attacking?
Well,
back to Spire.
Yeah. You want to layer as soon as possible in case your only overshoot dies and somehow you have to
okay, that's an excellent choice actually. Didn't think about that one. I guess you could have gone for a defensive spore, but then you can never move out, so... I guess getting overseers... I mean, there were Dark Templars on the map before. I actually don't think there's a single DT left. No, all the DDs did die, but that's something we know. That's not something that Serral could potentially know, so... Getting quick access to an overseer is a very good quality.
And Serral is gonna clean up the units in his second base with his Mutalisk, most likely.
I mean, this is so frustrating, right, for Showtime, because if he commits to killing that hatchery on the right side of the map, he's gonna lose his Nexus. And if he doesn't do anything, well, how is he going to win the game? Gonna end up losing a couple units here.
3 drones popping out as the Protoss units died. Yeah.
13 workers against 1. I don't know, Sean. He's gonna get a couple pylons, so he's gonna send a forward hallucinated Phoenix as well. So he's finally gonna be able to find that base on the right side of the map, and I think the moment he sees that base, he's gonna try to make something happen, but I think he knows that it's like pretty much game over. Maybe disrupt his shot up the ramp. Try to work your way through one unit at a time.
Yeah, it's a very small Protoss army now, really.
He lost quite a bit. Like, he was at 100 when this whole base trade scenario started.
Yeah.
And he's been bleeding out 30-ish supply over time.
He's standing an ape now to kill the drones with the base at the right side of the map, but I don't think it will be enough.
I mean, even if he does, right, Serral's just gonna go for his base. He's gonna maybe send the probe across the map. No, he doesn't have money.
No money to build anything, not even another probe.
He needs to mine. He needs to mine.
Yeah.
Get to work with the probe.
Okay, at least he's taking care of that base. Maybe now the he used all of the adepts. I would have only used a couple.
The Mutalisk are gonna go back and chase them.
Yep. So now the Stalkers are in the middle of the map. They're gonna try to intercept the Mutalisk, but does he even have enough? Like, it's probably not enough.
I don't even think it's enough Stalkers.
Well, he turns around and he says, "Oh, wait a minute, your Stalkers are over there."
Photon charge, photon of charge. Oh yes, that's good. Oh, he's gonna get a lot of kills here, man. Actually, no.
That's Stalkers.
Blink, blink, blink. Okay, okay.
1 or 2.
But now he can't click on his pylon anymore.
Oh, Broodlords are gonna siege from afar.
That's sick.
I mean, Serral is not mining either, so not mining, I guess, is not the biggest deal in the world for Showtime.
I mean, he's long distance mining in the whole main base of Showtime, so he's technically mining.
Well, he can't stop this. But you can't stop these Broodlords.
Broodlord our ass.
Yeah, there's...
No, there's nothing he can do. So maybe now this is going to be his moment. He's going to walk up into the concave of death. The valley of death.
How many lurkers there are?
Yeah, that would be a very good shot, actually. He
If I
connects.
keep shooting
All right.
this over and over and over.
Where's the overseer? Wasn't there an overseer?
What? He picks off one Broodlords.
Hey, that was pretty cost effective.
Yeah, that was nice.
You can keep on doing that. Maybe.
Problem is he has no more mothership core in
And he
him,
has
so
no,
he can't
remember he has
focus on
no probe
overcharge.
as well, so he lost his probe, he's not mining, he has only 10 minerals in the bank.
Oh, what a slow and painful death over here for
Yeah.
Showtime. This is a really frustrating game. Like, you can see he's giving it everything that he has, but there's no way that he's going to win this game anymore. It's over. Right now he knows. Acceptance is slowly but steady sinking in.
Yeah, another loss versus Serral. Serral looking good again, which is going to resort to having Wellmu come out. Not Wellmu,
No.
sorry.
Hero Marine.
Hero Marine come out.
And the next map is Runes of Sarens, by the way. That's
Yeah.
not a lovely map, I think. I mean, we did see Innovation play a great
GG.
game, as GG is called, and Serral will go up 2-1. Man, Germany, rough spot.
Rough spot indeed. Serral's playing great. I mean, that was a great game again by him. So if you look at how that game fell apart for Showtime in terms of dealing with the run buys, what could he and should have done to stop that? Because that was what happened.
Like, honestly, and I'm gonna probably ask Showtime directly because, like, his strategical opinion is something I respect, but I feel like putting your Warship Core with your army when you have that many adepts is not a good call because, like, Zerglings with upgrades are really scary. If the Zergs commit to an all-in, sometimes they can just run to you, circle, and burrow underneath you. So then if you can recall, it's nice. But he had enough army that could deal with the Zerglings that he didn't need to have the Warship Core above his army. And I feel like if you can overcharge your pylon, just having a Warship Core in patrol between your bases, you can deal with any kind of counter-attack way easily, I mean. Because it's only 25 energy, you can overcharge a lot of pylon with that.
I agree. I really think it started spiraling out of control when the Zergling drop happened in his main base. And I said it before, he was close to being maxed out. Like, what are you going to do? Wipe in 3-4 units over time against 24 Zerglings? They'll die before they actually do something. And maybe a quicker Dark Shrine would have helped. Maybe a defensive Archon would help. You know, things that are actually very good against Lings. But I agree with the point of the Mothership Core as well. That definitely makes your life so much easier.
Well, he's going to have to change things up if he does play again versus Serral a little bit later on. But here's some more tweets that you guys have been sending in. Need to iron my shirts for the week, but not an excuse for not watching. Hashtag multitasking. There's another one, NationWars, enjoying great games while crocheting fun, warm hats for Christmas presents.
Okay, that looks so cozy.
Thanks, Casters. Thanks, O Gaming TV, for the show. That's crap. That's another crap, that is, with ham and cheese. Chilling with red wine from France. Seeing Germany victory, or seeing German victory. Review for a final. Watching the game. Go Finland. Lots of tweets been coming in. Keep them coming in. We do like to read them out, of course, as we always do. So, Hero Marine. Got a lot of work to do now against Serral. But, you know, he showed good games against Zerg a little bit earlier on. His Reaper opening into the Hellbat drops and Liberator usage.
Yeah, Runes of Sarens against the Zerg that's as strong as Serral. I'd do something crazy. Like, I'd probably maybe hide a bunch of Hellions and then just like run them all in and try to kill a crazy amount of drones with Cloak Banshee follow-up is something, you know, like something crazy.
Yeah.
Because I think if you're just going to play very slow and steady against Serral, if you get cross-mappers, I mean, maybe if it's like, you know, if they get vertical spawning locations, I think it's a lot more doable for Hero Marine. I absolutely believe that he doesn't have to do something crazy and he can just play straight up. But if it's cross-map, then I would really put all eggs in one basket and just try to kill every single drone and win with a follow-up
Do you think that Tilo's feeling a little bit down after the way that this opened up? Because he put his team in a bit of a bad position through losing the opening match there.
No, of course. I think Showtime as well. I mean, obviously Showtime was able to defeat Zuligion, but he expects that of himself, and he would have loved to really make the difference by defeating Serral. That's the ace play. You know, whenever you feel like you're the ace player of your team and you go up against the other ace player, those are the matches that matter the most. So definitely not just TLO, but I mean, we know Dario is always hard on himself, so he's obviously not happy.
All right, well, it's time for Germany to make a difference. Otherwise, they're going to have to call out one more player and revive one to do a lot of work, a lot of wins in a row. So this is a very, very big game here for the young German Terran as he goes up against Serral, who, as we've seen, is such a great player the longer the game goes. So it'll be interesting to see his strategic approach to dealing with him on a map this big. Maybe cross his fingers a little bit to hope for not cross positions and more closer.
I think vertical would probably be the best. Horizontal is maybe acceptable, but I think cross map gets very rough.
How's Hero Marine doing, actually, in this?
I think every now and then he plays an NA ladder and he always has like stupid good stats, like 100 wins and 5 losses or something. I mean, he has some bonus pool, and maybe he's been messing around. I think Hero Marine could be ranked a lot higher than that.
No, he did. Like he could be ranked like extremely high. It's just that he plays on his main account when he's streaming, so it takes a little bit of time to rank up when you do that.
Have you ran into Hero Marine in the last week or so?
Yeah, a couple of times. Got liberated a couple of times. Felt pretty good.
See, does he feel a strong player?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like he's really underestimated. I feel like in the European scene.
Okay.
I often feel that he is maybe still slightly better when it comes to practice or ladder games than he is in tournaments. Though, like I feel in a lot of tournaments he didn't really perform the way that we know that he's capable of. I mean, he struggled a lot in WCS qualifiers for a long, long time as well.
All right, here we are. This is a big, big game now for Germany. On the last evening of StarCraft action at O Gaming, NationWars for group stages up here to the top left. Playing for Finland, and is their star player, Cyril. Who wants to do it? Shall I flip a coin?
And at the bottom right of the map, which means it's cross position, Hero Marine has a hard attack side of him. It's Hero Marine.
Cross position, eh?
Hey.
Hey.
I don't think that's what he was hoping for.
No.
It's really funny. I feel like we've seen this map 7 times and it's been cross position 7 times, but if I play on ladder, it's always vertical and I have links in my base.
Never lucky.
Never lucky.
Baby rage.
Okay, so a lot of work to do now for Hero Marine. We are going to have hatchery gas pool by the looks of it here for Cyril. More
Gotta get that quick speed.
quick speed opening. And could branch off into something crazy, but more than likely Cyril's going to be wanting to play this long.
On Hero
Draw it
Marine, pulling his inner innovation, not scouting with ASV. He's just gonna go one base at a time with his Reaper. And discover really late that this is cross position.
It's all about being a little greedy. A penny saved is a penny earned.
That's right, Roddy. A lesson that we both need to learn.
No, actually this is a late series count.
So he's going to eliminate one of the options. Maybe he checked for the Overlord that was being sent. That would be sent down. 120. I actually didn't see it. So maybe he just knows by now, or maybe he just has a feeling. Maybe he tells himself that he's never lucky and he just knows it's cross map.
No, I mean it's fine. Like if the deck is top right, you know it's because of the Overlord. So then you can check with ACV bottom left. His Reaper can go straight ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I said. Like maybe he checked for it, but we didn't see it because I was just following the main TV. But yeah, it makes sense. So he has eliminated the other 2 options, and now he knows.
So the Reaper is gonna go.
Unless Cyril would have done the same thing as he did yesterday. You remember when he sends his first Overlord in the other position?
Yeah.
So it would have been tricked. A little bit risky what Hero Marine is doing here, but it will work out the way that he thought it was going to work out.
Well, Hero Marine's going to go and follow the build that he used earlier today when he played Terran versus Zerg. Second gas coming in with his factory. He decided to go for Hellbat Liberator. Good combination, and it was very successful in the games he played. Whether that work against a much more experienced and stronger Zerg play, we'll see. Just get 1 Zergling, which is nice.
Only 1 Zergling. He wants more, I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
But it seems like he will not be able to do anything until his 2 aliens are out. Because it's really risky to jump up that small ledge here.
Well, Zergling speed's not very far away, and that's one thing that he didn't scout, remember? Is he doesn't know that Zergling speed is on its way or not. It more than likely is, but if he sticks around for too long, he could just straight out lose it in a minute.
Yeah, and I feel like he's gonna stick around.
Alright, Zergling speed done in 10 seconds. Hero Marine does back off, though.
Ooh, this Marine.
Oh, that's a nice find, though. That's a really good find.
Yeah.
Would you say it's a Hero Marine?
It's a hero find.
Yeah, but that's really nice.
So that's good. That's really nice. That's not only just because he supply caps his opponent and catches him off guard, it's also for scouting reasons, too. So that's a good, really good pickup.
Double Widowmine is going to be the follow. We saw him do that before as well. It's like, I guess it could be used defensively if he would be under a lot of pressure, and if not, you know, you can still pick him up and try to do some damage on the other side of the map, because most of the time Spore Crawlers won't be ready that quickly. It's just like drones don't die as quick as probes do against Widowmine drops.
Yeah. It's a good change, though, especially because it's been showing a lot of Hellbat pushes and Hellbat drops. This is a nice switch up, because it takes a different approach, right? You need Spore Crawlers down for this. Or is he gonna get lucky one time? He does. One time gets lucky, so he goes through the fog of war without being spotted to start with.
Layer is on the way now, by the way, but it's still going to take a very long time before he has access to Overseer, so I do agree. The Widowmines will probably shoot 2 times, if not 3 times, if he drops them immediately. That probably need a Spore Crawler.
And he is falling back onto a third command center and Liberators, so it's kind of just how much can he extract from these Widow Mines. The more the better, and obviously the bigger lead he'll be in the mid game. So Serral now spots it with his, and he's pulling his queens back.
Oh, yes, Rochus, can he kill the Widow Mine for his
Oh! No!
The other one is not even burning. It's taking so long, but it's still going to be able to shoot. It's going to shoot at the drones, actually. He's going to get 3 there. Not bad at all.
3 drones. Spore Crawler missed. He actually tried to build it, but a drone blocked itself.
Again.
And again, that's on top of the Widow Mines.
Hero
That's
Widow Mine!
the Widow Mines.
No!
And again!
That actually means that these mines are going to shoot for sure.
Yeah.
Like, hands down.
Yeah, I wouldn't even think about it. Just pull all of the drones away. Just do it. Because you're gonna lose too much here.
Another 2.
2 drones.
Oh, the extractor. Oh, I think she would have clicked in Rich.
Yeah, I feel like this Widow Mine could have reached really far.
Good movement too. There was no overseer, so he just said, alright, fine. I'll move, that's okay.
And Aeromarine really getting a lot done with his Widow Mines. So now Serral has to make free Ravager to kill that Widow Mine.
Ooh. Nice save for the Reaper, just about. But yeah, good start.
Yeah, Hero Marine was awesome, of course, in the first match today, but if he's going to be able to do it here, if he's going to be the one stopping Serral for now, he's really providing a huge service to the German team. He's going to get a queen here? No. Good smash.
Lucky one time, baby.
Yeah, like Aeromarine really microing his aggression really well.
Yes. And he's
playing
set
excellent.
up very well back at home too now with all his production. You know, double engineering bay, the correct amount of barracks.
I was paying so much attention to the micro. Oh, never mind. For 2 seconds, I thought that Aeromarine didn't have a fraud CC, but it was foolish of me to think that.
It's down in location and ready to be mined from.
Yeah.
So things are looking very good for the German player, bringing out a very high-level performance to start this up against a very difficult opponent, but he's only gained himself a little bit of a lead going into the mid-game. He's nowhere near a victory yet.
I mean, we saw it yesterday, right? Once the aggression starts here with Medivacs, just never stop against this style of Serral, where you don't have Mutalisk. You can just idle around for days with your Medivacs, and you can hop in and out over and over and over again. We saw Innovation do that. And Hero Marine, he may not be Innovation, but he definitely is capable of executing a style like that as well.
And look at in the progression tab, a third evolution chamber going down, and I know it's not a misclick.
No.
Gotta get that triple upgrade.
No.
So once again, Serral, if he survives the mid game, he's going to be in a really good position in the late game. But
he also kind of needs to put his 4th hatchery down, not just for mining purposes, but also just for production too.
He's gonna have such a hard time defending 4 places at once, though. He's getting a couple of infestors now, but he doesn't have passaging glands yet, as far as I know.
Good counter attack, just like versus Protoss. He'll do it here versus Terran.
He doesn't really understand the way that
Satori's in the
Liberator
house.
has been sieging up.
Stefano, come for a cheeky drink.
I am not happy to see Stefano show up on the night we're supposed to take it easy. Yeah. All I want to do is just go to bed and get ready to travel home tomorrow. Now I see Stefano, the devil of all.
But while Stefano was here, full Hellion killed 9 drones.
So yeah, Drogo's got his eye on the goal. Thank you, Drogo. We got distracted way too easily.
I just got scared, that's all.
Yeah, when Stefano turns up at 9:30, you know you're in trouble. This isn't a casual visit.
Why do you think he set up over there? I guess it's where it's more to defend against roaches and liberators, but it doesn't really make any sense against Zerglings.
Yeah.
The way that Liberator was setting up his liberation zone. 2-2 already starting. I guess the same thing is going on the other side of the map for Serral. That's weird, because I felt Serral's upgrades were behind, and now he's a tiny bit ahead.
But now, like, Aeromarine is in a really good position. I feel like if it wasn't cross position, Aeromarine could just push and win.
Yeah.
Yep.
But cross position here is gonna buy like Serral a lot of time and a lot of breathing room.
Got to be careful not to fight here without combat shields. Just a slight caution.
Not a whole lot at home, by the way. He has to make sure that those depots are raised, that he has enough units on the low ground. He's going to be able to pick up these queens, and that's very nice. Those queens would normally help out so much when the ultras are out.
And he comes back to find all these Zerglings as well. There's 2 more here. Oh, they're going to get the hits.
Decent enough. A couple of links Marines will be survived.
So
or will be left behind, and they'll take care of the links.
So solid from Hero Marine, just not losing to the devilish.
Now I feel like this is the
counterattacks.
moment, though, right? Like, come on, now you got to just step it on. Just go for it. Commit to it. 'Cause
He
like
might wait for 2-2. He might just tease a little bit on the edge of creep for a little bit more.
I mean, Ultralisk Cavern is going down right now. You're up 20-30 army supply. You picked up a couple of queens. You know there are no units behind your army anymore.
Fungal could be big over there.
There's 2 Liberators in the main base. Oh, it's just so multitask heavy.
Oh yeah, 2 Liberators being a nuisance over this side. Well,
they stacked Nixie, sure. Oh no, never mind. I thought they would both die to 1 shot of Bile.
God, Hero Marine, very impressed.
Yeah, this is an awesome game.
Very impressed.
Pedal to the metal as soon as 2-2 is done. Let's go for it.
Yeah, and it would, by the looks of it, have a nice little window before Ultralisk even come out. He does need to think about preparation for that afterwards, which is probably why Marauders are starting to be made.
One full energy, Antistar just died.
Not quite at 2-2 yet, but he's going to take this fight. There's a lot of Ravagers here.
Maybe
some
Marine
pretty
a little bit
decent
too
shots
eager.
as well.
Starting to lose a little bit too much. Backs off, stims back towards the other reinforcements.
The 15 roaches on the way. That's the one good thing though, because he scared Saro here. Saro didn't want to wait any longer for the Ultralisk Cavern to finish up, so he's like, alright, I need units right here, right now. I can't wait for Ultra, so 15 more roaches have been produced.
Yeah, Irmain was a bit too aggressive here. I feel like there was one Ancestors with a lot of energy. If this guy got these 2 Fungal down.
I agree with both of you. I think like the force of the roaches out is great, but he could have done it probably a little bit more efficiently, where he didn't need to take a direct fight.
Denying the creep a little drop on the 5th base too. Pretty good multitask.
Yeah, and he's really keeping this creep back too, which is very important the longer the game goes, obviously. And Ghost Academy coming in to eventually deal with the Ultralisks.
I'm just a little scared for Hero Marine. Once we do actually see 5, 6, 7 Ultras and more Infestors will come out again. Like I still feel this is the ideal moment maybe to fight. Yes, Sero is maxed out as well, but it's a lot of roaches and even more Ravagers. 2 Ultras are on the production tab, but they're not out just yet, so he's going to try to do it again. And so far I feel like this is a decent engagement. He's stepping forward and he's winning this fight for now at least.
Very brave Terran army, I feel.
I mean,
these guys 10 out of 10 for
there.
bravery.
I mean, that was not the real army, of course. Like, you know, the reinforcements are here, but I felt that was a pretty decent trade. He didn't lose that many bio units, and he killed a lot of Ravagers and a lot of Roaches.
Yeah, I still feel like he's got a good hold of Sero where he wants him to be at the moment in terms of creep spread, keeping the pressure on.
The Ultras, though.
The Ultras definitely could be a problem.
Yeah, but the only thing is that Irmain didn't trade that well in these last engagements. So Cyril is starting to like be in a nice position supply-wise, because like 3 minutes ago, Cyril had less supply.
Yeah.
But it is 4 base Terran and almost 5 base now as well, which is good to see. And Ghost coming out slowly into the game.
Yeah, like Irmain is in a very good position. You just need to chill a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe just keep on dropping.
I was about to say drops would be nice.
Yeah, Cyril still doesn't really have anything to deal with that, but otherwise just chill a bit.
I mean, that's why Innovation really pulled ahead yesterday, right? When he just started dropping all over the place.
Yeah.
Because there is 4 ghosts in production time, but unless there's like 20 ghosts, I have a hard time believing most of the time. We throw down 4 snipe and then everything dies. But getting a bunker at the third base. These counterattacks keep on coming.
Yeah, drops I feel almost necessary. So you can't sit back too much. Like it's good to sit back, but not fully. Kind of allow Cyril just to get a 5th base up and running very easily, respread the creep as he's starting to do now as well.
Yeah, and Cyril is gonna be free soon, and that's pretty sick. Oh, the speed for Baneling is being researched at 13 minutes into the game. Yeah, why not?
Didn't really see a whole lot of Banelings anyway in this game.
Yeah.
Maybe he just wants to run by with a couple of Zerglings and then more of like 2 Banelings in the middle line and blow up a bunch of SCVs or something like that.
Oh yeah, maybe he'll like get a really costly army with Banelings to like crush in one fight.
Maybe burrowed Banelings against the Ghost.
Yeah,
a little bit of creativity.
Yeah, there's 12 Ghosts now. That's
starting
pretty
to
good.
build up, and with Cloak as well, always could be a big surprise. All right, well he's gonna stem up as. Not going to be able to break through up here.
Like, and to be fair, Cyril is so good at leaving a lot of units everywhere to deal with drops, because even though he had like only Roaches and Zerglings, there was a lot of time where you just will leave like 5 Roaches in the main, 5 Roaches in the base, 4 Roaches in the natural, So it's like Cyril is defending drop really well. It's a lot harder than it looks.
But most of the time, no, that's extremely difficult, especially when you don't have Mutilates. But most of the time, there should still always be a weak spot. And I think Innovation really showed us yesterday that if you keep trying hard enough, if you keep dropping everywhere, then at a certain point, your drop will snowball out of control. And I feel Hero Marine, he tried to drop here, tried to liberate a harass there, but I never felt there was this non-stop drop harassment, which of course is extremely intense. He has to be so careful here, by the way. Well, there's a lot of guns.
Holy,
But
those Ultras disappeared pretty fast. But at the same time, Fungal and Corrosive Bile, a great combination there for Cyril.
But still, Hero Marine with the massive amount of ghosts. Sniped everything.
All right, this game just went a little bit crazy.
But Cyril's maxed out again on 8 more Ultralisk.
Yeah, like Cyril is maxed out, but I mean, it was weird because Hero Marine killed a lot of stuff with Snipe, but he got Fun Gold on Bile, on his Ghost, so he lost quite a bit of Ghost in that fight. I'm not sure who's...
I kind of like Cyril's position, to be honest.
I mean, think of his bank as well here. It's still available.
I mean, like, that was a decent fight for Hero Marine, but he used a lot of energy there as well. He ended up losing quite a few ghosts, and he just doesn't have the same amount of money that Cyril has.
Yeah, maybe actually Ghosts cost a lot more than I realized, and all of his Ghosts were too much to lose. Because right now he's not even remaking Ghosts, he's trying to remake Marines on Marauder. Doesn't feel like that's the economy to...
Broodlords are on the way as well. 6 Corruptors to begin with. And a lot of freedom right now for Cyril, who's up 5, 6 bases now. The creep spread's starting to go again.
I mean, at least we can say that it's going to be a little bit difficult as well to attack with Broodlords cross map here, right? Like, it's a large map. Ooh, don't shoot at your barracks. Shoot at the links, not the Rex. The Rex is innocent.
Another 10 SCVs going to go down.
It's cool SimCity, by the way, with that bunker, if he actually finally gets that bunker up again.
Yeah, this bunker was built on died a lot of time in this game.
The scan reveals the Broodlords. That's just a pretty good scan. Oh no, it doesn't. It misses him just.
Oh, that's unlucky.
Never lucky.
Never lucky.
But still, your Hero Marine doesn't have a lot of orbital command. He has 15 ghosts, so he's gonna need to take an insanely good fight with those. A double drop going down. Yeah, I feel like he kinda needs to pull his Korean instinct and go back into his game with dropship.
Yeah. Especially, I mean, the longer the game goes, the more spread out Cyril's becoming now as well, right? To defend his 5th and 6th base, they're so far away from each other.
I mean, but also, like, the more time you're going to give Cyril, the more well spread out he's going to be, and the more time he has
potentially has too. Again,
and he's going to have like static defenses everywhere and stuff. So it's really important that you keep the pace of the game very high. And I feel like the slower it's becoming, the more Cyril is loving this. He's like, cool, I'll renew my 2 more. I'll get a couple of spines here, spores there.
Especially now Cyril's becoming slightly aggressive, crossing the halfway line towards the south expansions. 2 Ultras seem to be enough to stop this with 3 spines. And if he's not being dropped, he's pushing here. And if he loses this location, if Hero Marine loses this location, that's pretty much game.
Oh, that would be such an awesome drop there. There's no unit.
Be careful of Snipe,
That's a lot of ghosts.
Like,
yes. Overseer, just kill the Overseer. Fungal does
that Fun Gal was really awesome, but he's losing his Broodlords.
Get some pretty good snipes here. The Overseers can reveal the ghost for the time being.
There is not enough ghosts. Like, he was missing like 10 ghosts. His Ultralisk will be dead if he had a couple more ghosts.
Yeah. And it's been broken here, boys. I think he's been broken.
Because sadly,
Vikings.
Yeah, I mean, with no more energy, he can't really kill his Ultralisk, but...
he does back off. That's a good hold onto this position. He does need to save it.
I think it's an awesome hold, actually. It's very well done, because it was starting to look a little dicey at a certain point.
Still 5 more Ultralists, 5 more Infestors, with still 2,000 in the bank and 1,000 gas.
Yeah, like, he really needs to EMP all of the energy units of Cyril, because 1 Fun Girl on his Ghost and they're all dead.
I just feel like it doesn't... Hero Marine needs like 250 supply.
I mean, if he has 200 supply with Ghosts, I think he has a decent shot of winning the fight convincingly.
Okay.
But it depends a lot where they fight, of course, and the position of Heroes Marine Army. Like, that's like pretty much the most important thing. If everything is clumped up, then there is no way. But if there is a choke point or a planetary fortress helping out, then there is a very good shot he wins.
Yeah, but also, if Hero Marine keeps on surviving, this could go into split map.
I can't believe how high the income is for Cyril too. That's bad news for Hero Marine. How much money this guy's bringing in.
Yeah, but Like Hero Marine is gonna need full vision before taking the fight. Like he will just scan right now. I don't think he's gonna drop meal that much.
It would be very funny to see them split the map like north and south, because normally it's like east and west, you know, that's how it's being split up. But Hero Marine kind of expanding towards Serral is pretty unique.
Okay, so Hero Marine's up to 200 supply now. He's got 5 more ghosts, they're gonna max him out.
Yeah, so I hope he played a lot of micro tournaments, because this is gonna come down to that.
Yeah, these ghosts have a lot of work to do. Oh.
Army supplies pretty much
Okay,
dead
this
even
is a
as well.
good scan. Oh, this.
Oh, run!
Yeah.
Run, guys!
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Serral is not committing because if he goes all the way, then he's trapped. And this is not a good fight to take.
Yeah, Scan sees the army again.
I mean,
30 ghosts, that's a lot of ghosts.
What I like now as well is that there is, for Hero Marine, that is that there is a couple of ultras that are half HP and stuff. Like, it does add up in a big fight, you know, entering the battle with 4, 5, 6 wounded ultras.
Ling run by on the right hand side now.
Oh, damn. It's just so annoying too for Hero Marine.
Yeah, especially when you max out.
Here.
But I mean, I must say, Serral always leaves like 8, 10, 12 supply at home to defend against drops, and I guess Hero Marine's just gonna have to do the same.
This is doing a lot of damage. So all the tech labs, Ghost Marauder production gonna be stuck.
Oh,
and is this happening?
No! Oh my god, Fungo would have connected with every single ghost.
Here come the Infestors. He's trying to spread out these ghosts a little bit, but
yeah, look at this. Snipe is pretty good.
the sniper is pretty good. He's getting a lot of damage done.
Oh, the fun got these ghosts.
Oh my god, all the ultras just melting away, man.
Here you go. We're Wing of Liberties now. We're back in this.
128 Zerglings are going to be the reinforcements, by the way, for Serral.
These guys can also cloak up though, so
And they can also morph into Banelings, the Zerglings that is.
Yeah. 144 lings.
That's a lot.
I don't know, like ghosts do a lot of damage to Zergling.
They do. And he spreads out.
Yeah, but the attack rate is slow, you know. If it's an absolute overwhelming amount.
Yeah, Benling are gonna do wonder versus these ghosts.
They cloaks up.
Cloak up.
This is like like the Starcraft 2 Master mission where you have to snipe the Banelings.
So many lings! He's got to pick up and get out.
Yeah,
This is so silly.
Well,
oh, you can't see.
He can't see.
Yeah, but he's manually killing them.
Oh.
I've seen a lot of things in life, but that's really not one of them. That's so insane.
All right. This is crazy.
Wow, and suddenly Serral is pretty damn broke as well, man. It's just like 1,000 minerals left.
Like these Remax, like I feel like with an Overseer, actually, his Remax would have been a really good idea.
Yeah.
But it was just silly to look at. All of his
hiding the
ghosts
links. That's
surviving.
smart.
That looked so funny.
Oh wow.
Double scan. He will find it. He knew something was buried there.
Fight.
God, they still do well.
Oh damn.
But
Yeah,
150
Serral's
supply
playing
to
so
Serral. Serral, I don't even. What is he waiting? I mean, I guess
Well, he doesn't have money. He has to. He has to
a little
really
bit,
think
but
now.
What is he gonna build?
Only Infestors and Broodlord versus
Infestor.
Mass Ghost. We are
This
2010.
is 2010.
Thank you for joining the beta of.
All right.
But yeah, like this was pretty well played by Hero Marine.
Very well played. I mean, we all know how strong Ultras are, and we've heard all the complaints from all the Terrans, and even the Protosses a little bit here and there. The fact that he was able to defeat a Serral on 5-6 bases and doing it in different fashion than Innovation did yesterday, that's remarkable. And there's a lot of pressure on his shoulders as well, man. Everybody's expecting Germany to advance. Everybody's expecting Germany to make it to the quarter, if not the semi-finals of NationWars. And this is a very, very, very important game, and it seems like he's pulling ahead. And it's actually, it's stunning.
Oh, good scan, good scout. Sees all the Corruptors, so he starts his own Viking production back up again to make sure he can combat the Broodlords. But, I mean, against the Broodlord, if you think back to way back when in StarCraft, Broodlord and Festa, the weakness was multiple drops all over the place. They're just so slow. And there shouldn't be that many units left over defending in all these locations now, because he would have brought everything together again.
I mean, Ghost Viking is going to be very excellent on by their own as well. That's not something that you can just run into. And Hero Marine did a really good job in figuring out how much he needs of whatever army. Like, he's done a really good job in having the right amount of Ghosts, having the right amount of Marines, having the right amount of Marauders. He has to be careful here though, especially Glens do connect with a couple of these units. Or Fungal Groves, that is.
Well, he's starting to break Cyril down a little bit now, though.
It's, yeah, Cyril has a really bad economy right now. If you lose any more drones, it's gonna be impossible to...
That's a drop as well on the top side of the map. That's doing some pretty serious work. Even forcing Cyril to evacuate this base. Man, so terribly impressed by Hero Marine. This has been a very remarkable game by him. One of the better ones that I've seen.
He's definitely going to get that hatchery. So this is a big pickup here for Hero Marine in a search to draw Germany back up again.
And then it's anybody's game. I mean, both of them are playing so well. There's been so many good moves, and you can really see, like, for us, we're watching this game, and now we're getting a little bit stressed out because there's so much happening all over the place.
Yeah.
Like, these guys are making a lot of good moves over and over again, and they're already anticipating and countering each other's good moves before they even happen. So it's a really awesome game.
This is a scary army from Cyril. He needs to not get EMP'd.
Oh, he gets EMP'd on top of the Infestus as you say it, Drogo.
He still has some energy left. Can he kill the Viking with his Ravager?
I don't know.
Gonna put on some bile.
He killed, trying his very best to bring this down. There's still a good hit of across the bar on the right hand side, but there seems to be a lot of bio underneath all of this.
And even coming in from the right side as well, guys. I mean, there's just bio units everywhere. The Broodlords are doing some pretty serious work,
and
though.
It looks like Hero Marine's finally broken him. He's finally beaten his army. And with this surely must be a victory in such a low economy game. A counter-attack's been launched by Sarah onto the third base to see what he can do, but there seems to be reinforcements. They run back into a bunker for protection. He lifts the supply depots up.
Yeah, that's very well done to make sure that this bunker won't get surrounded either. The Ghost Academy is going to finally get picked off, but Cyril somehow has to defend against this pretty big Terran army that's still over here just ravaging everything on the left side of the map.
And I don't think he can be stopped anymore. 2 Broodlords trying to be morphed in, a couple of Zerglings. It looks like Hero Marine finally, after a good, and it feels a bit weird because of being used to here at Heart of the Sword, 26 minutes!
Yeah.
A long 26-minute game looking to break him.
Feels like a 45-minute game.
Yeah.
I mean, it probably pretty much is.
Yeah.
This is a very exposed base, so all these SCVs are in a lot of trouble. I don't think there's a whole lot he can do to keep these alive. I mean, army supply, it's still close though, guys. It's still 50 army supply against 85. Like, that sounds like a lot, but fighting-wise, you know, there's a lot of medevacs, there's a lot of Vikings and stuff, so you still gotta be careful. There's links, there is access to banelings as well, even though he doesn't have a whole lot of minerals right now.
There's no income whatsoever for Cyril anymore. No mining base.
Does he have burrowed banelings? Because we see 5 banelings, by the way. So
well, he has Boros, so he could have borrowed banelings around.
But he doesn't have them set up yet.
So he got 30 lings, 2 Broodlords, and a bunch of Infestors.
No, I mean, Hero Marine can still lose this game. I know this sounds incredible, but if he's mess up his control and Cyril gets really good fungal, Cyril could still win this game.
I mean, and he has Burrow and he has Baneling, so we've seen some crazy things happen with those, or with that combination of unit and upgrade in the past.
Hero Marine pushing the issue now, looking for a victory to tie this up for his nation. On creep, pretty deep on creep.
Goes with 28 kills.
A few more Banelings getting morphed in for Cyril as he looks to build one last army. A counterattack again, and that seems like there's enough circles here, is there?
It's going to be a close
Excellent
fight.
micro by Hero Marine. If he wouldn't have micro there, he would have lost that fight for sure, but it's really well done. He's pushing and he's looking at his main army and he's still microing as well against counterattacks.
Whoa! Fungal locks down a couple of these units. Another squad. Okay, that is enough now then. He's going to break this expansion. Continued Fungals coming from the high ground from Cyril, wearing this army down a little bit.
At least he has like 10 medefacts keeping his army alive. You gotta lift the orbital command, buddy. Is he lifting it? Okay, that's good. It is burning.
Only 9 SCVs left here for Hero Marine. Neither of them have an economy, and now he's just walked into Broodlords. Fungal's trapping all these units in. Here come the Vikings to try to take him down. One Broodlord, second one being targeted. Still Banelings, Lings left over.
Oh man.
Loose units in the middle, which could be a free pickup, but he's going to take down another hatchery.
It's a crazy amount of medefacts. But when it comes to like actual Marines and Marauders, we're looking at 14, 12 Marines and just 8 Marauders. That's not crazy amount.
But that's the thing though, Cyril and Hero Marine are both not mining. They have to fight with these armies. Maybe Cyril just chill.
The drone engagement, the drone ambush!
Vikings coming down.
No drone ambush.
Yeah, drones completely taken out. But these Fungals, these Infestors could be everything.
Yeah, like, this is still a winnable game for both players.
Yeah.
Because this Infestor can work their magic. Hero Marine has 7 SCVs, not that many orbital command.
Every Fungal right now, like picking off a couple of these medefacts would be very nice.
Oh, here we go, it's a big Fungal. Buildings are going to come in and there's nothing he can do. He's trapped underneath it.
All the medefacts
and this might be it.
Look at the medefacts, no way. Hero Marine played such a great game.
This might be it.
Oh my
He
god.
loses almost all of his army. He's not mining. He still has 19 army supply somewhere, but mostly
it's
medivacs.
medivacs.
I don't know, real army.
And there is
5 Marines and a Marauder.
There's an orbital command, by the way, on the left side that has like 60 HP remaining. Okay, he starts repairing
Catches
it
it.
up.
But Cero knows what kind of fight that was.
I mean, Zero has 21 Zerglings. He has to win it. Oh, this is so close, by the way. Keeping that orbital alive.
I mean,
Just getting a couple of trips from the mules now could be game-changing.
yeah.
There's one Zergling in patrol at the bottom of the map, but he's not checking the map to the far left.
Yeah, this is huge. He's been able to find this.
Oh,
Like if Cyril doesn't find it, Hero Marine can stop.
oh he's going to find it immediately.
Okay, that's a good find. That can stop everything here.
Yep, he's got to work on the SUV first, I think. Just like try to kill this.
This is one crackling. You can kill everything pretty fast.
Oh well, every trip that the mules get is still a couple of, eventually a couple of Marines. So
Yeah.
this is nice. Hero Marine is going to be able to start fighting with a real army again. Well, is
Do you
he
think,
mining anything? Does he
you
have
think-
drones left? 5.
Do you think Marines is the best option? Is that the best thing to do?
I think, yeah.
Okay.
It's the unit that does the most DPS, that you can micro the most. versus
Cheapest
Zerglings.
as well at this point.
Yeah.
What about a couple of Hellbats?
I don't know, Kev.
I don't know, Kev.
I mean, if the Zerglings surround you and you have a couple of Hellbats.
Oh no, he's killing the medivacs with phone goal.
Alright. Takes down a Baneling, and that's pretty big at this point. I mean, they both have so little. Oh, this is nice. From the high grounds.
Oh, there's another medevac as well. He's got to be careful, man. He had a ridiculous amount of
Oh,
medevacs at
one
a certain
Infester
point.
though. One Infester.
Look at those 2 medevacs. That's 1 fungal away. If those 2 medevacs die, then you're looking at a single medevac army.
But also at this point, Cyril knows that he cannot allow this mining to happen for much longer on this base.
Oh, that Zergling, man. He's chasing it. He's
Oh
doing his
man,
duty.
it's the income's starting to rise again. 4 Marines at a time. He can't allow this.
Yeah, but look at the Queens as well. The Queens are there, Banelings are there. I think he's going to be able to...
Yeah, I think Cyril is
To
waiting
murder
to
it.
have more front goal with his infestors, like waiting for
Oh,
them to have
this is
one
awesome
each.
This
as
is a
well.
good catch. Very good catch.
This is one of the sickest games I've seen in Legacy of the Void. This is a really good interception. He doesn't really lose a whole lot of...
But now there's
Zerglings.
18 Marines in total on this map, which is starting to get to a scary number. And Infestor's been
Oh, no.
tossed down by a Marauder, and
and
it
it
will go
doesn't
down.
fungal!
And the Marines are spreading out.
splitting
In
the
come the
Marines.
Zerglings. This looks like it's going to be the last fight eventually.
I mean, this is still enough Zerg for now. All the medevacs have died. No more money for Hero Marine. How many Marines are left? 10 Marines against 11 Zerglings. This is the AI, man.
Oh, GG calls it. Cyril takes the map.
And he was so broke as well.
Oh, Kev. 20 supply to 10 supply at the end of that. What a game.
What a game.
Whew.
I almost did sneeze.
I don't know. Perfect sneeze timing, Kev.
No, that was... I cannot believe. How do you sum this game up? Unbelievable game that Cyril still won this. With just a couple Zerglings. Have you ever seen
Wait,
anybody
give me
get
this.
so much value out of just a couple Zerglings as Cyril just did?
See this? I don't know. No, okay.
No, wait, no, wait.
I was going to say.
That's just the last time that...
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
No, there's no money here.
Wow. What a close game. And Finland goes up 3-1 now, which is going to force out the ace player from either Tilo, Showtime, Hero Marine. Expected it to be Showtime, but what a sick game that was.
I honestly think it was the best game of the tournament.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
So close.
So now Germany must be like, damn. I really thought you had this one, Hero Marine, but now we're in a really tough spot.
Man, Saro's Illusion-like ranking is just going through the roof right now. Like, this kid is just not losing. He's beating Koreans. Now he's beating the highly ranked German players as well. And Hero Marine really put up a phenomenal fight. Like, he made him work hard for it.
Yeah.
And at a certain point, I really thought he's starting to have it after he sniped down all the bases. Like, all right, it's just Zerglings. And then the remax on Zerglings, it was cool, but there's just a bunch of cloak ghosts all over the place. And then Banelings are spinning circles. Like, all right, let's blow up here, let's connect with a few units.
So, thinking about this now, it has to be Showtime.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he has to stop counterattacks. Is like the #1 thing coming into this next game.
Photon overcharge, baby. And defensive DTs.
Yeah, like, just leaving the Maznoshka at home, something he could try, but I know he's not the biggest fan of it, but Chargelot's playstyle in PvZ works really well versus what
He
Cyril
did
is
it a
bringing.
couple times in Season 1 of WCS. WCS Season 1 2015 in
Here we
Poitiers.
go.
He used it against Kane.
8 seconds to find out which player will represent Germany all the way through to the very bitter end.
It has to be Showtime.
Showtime it is.
Showtime.
Okay, so he's lost quite a few times versus Cyril in the last couple of days. Now's the time for a comeback. Well, see, he's lost twice and won one.
He won on the Seras. On win of Seras, he was top left and Cyril was top right.
So,
and he did a disruptor drop into a timing.
Oh yeah, the disruptor opening.
so
indeed,
he's
into the big
2-1.
Stalkers.
He's 2-1 down right now.
Yeah,
which
he
isn't
made it
too
look
bad.
so smooth. By the way, when we watched that game, we had no idea that Cyril was going to turn into the monster that he actually apparently is in this tournament. That was just like, oh, we know Cyril was really good, but then Showtime is just like, you know, like, I'm Protoss, I'll disrupt the Robbie, I'll follow it with a Blink Stalk. It's like, oh, good effort, buddy. And suddenly, you know, Cyril just bounces back and wins everything.
Wow, what a crazy setup this has now become. We're going to go to a very, very brief break, and when we return, it is time for Showtime to go all the way through Team Finland. It's going to be a big game, big set of games. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody, to NationWars 3, and it's a big game about to happen here. Dud, you watched that crazy one we just saw?
Yeah, that was insane, actually, and puts Germany in quite a bit of trouble. For a moment, I was going to be like, all right, it's going to be 2-2, you know, anybody's game, but no, things have changed. Showtime, last player here for Germany to come out as a revive, and he has to win quite a few games in a row.
How likely you think this is for Showtime?
I'm sorry, I'm on the Cyril hype train right now.
Yeah.
And nothing can stop it.
Nothing can stop it. All right, well, Drogo's betrayed his Protoss brother. But the next map is Orena. What are your thoughts about this then?
This is a kind of a weird map to play on. For example, we've seen Showtime go Nexus first every single time. I think he's a crazy man if he does it on this map, because this is so easy to get ranged down by an early pull.
Cyril doesn't rush often, though. It's like...
Yeah. But do you really want to bank that essential game on a gamble on going Nexus first? Like, he's going to take Bolt of Steel from Showtime if he wants to do that.
So what do you think would be more conservative, but not like too safe either?
I mean,
that he puts himself
you've
behind?
got to go for Gateway first. I mean, one Gate Adept or two Gate Adept is up to you, but I feel like you have no choice but to go for that.
Okay, we'll see if he chooses to go for that here, and if maybe Cyril plays a little something more aggressive than usual, because so far he's just so comfortable in the late game that it just seems that to be his main goal to reach that stage.
Yeah, I feel like Showtime plays such a good early mid game, and he's looking in good shape against Cyril, and then just crumbles.
Yeah. In late game, it can get really difficult against Zerg nowadays. Like, it's such a different matchup than in Heart of the Swarm. In Heart of the Swarm, you had everything narrowed down, you know? Like, if the opponent went Mutas at some point, you already knew exactly how you were going to react to everything. But now with all the new options out there, it's just very difficult to take everything into account and to never get surprised properly. So he's going to have to be playing his A game here.
Yeah, definitely.
The maps after this, by the way, so if we just say that Cyril does lose this, it then goes to Prion Terraces, where Welmu will come out, and then Lerelek Crest is the decider, just so you know.
It's looking worse for Germany now that we looked at that.
All right,
Oh my
Orena.
God.
Nice small two-player map here. Very aggressive, or can be played out very aggressively. So far in NationWars 3, Protoss have not had the best of times against Zerg, but we'll see if that changes here. As up to the top left, representing Germany, and a lot of work needing to be done. It is Showtime. All right, Drogo.
At the bottom left, the guy that's gonna rank to the best foreigner in the public's opinion. This is my Infinity Cyril. Because honestly, like, we talked about Nurture, about Showtime, when we were talking about best foreigner, but for what I've seen these past 2 days, I think Cyril is up there, you know. Definitely one of the strongest foreigner that there is currently.
So was that still the intro? Or?
I don't know. It was a follow-up.
Okay. All right, gateway of the ramp so far.
Yeah, see, like, Cyril is going for pool first. So, like, if Showtime went for Nexus first, he would have had a lot of trouble. But still, gateway first versus pool first. This is not too bad for Showtime.
Surely this would be a massively disappointing result here for Germany if they were to take top 16.
Yeah.
I think quite a few people like consider them to be, I would say, at least outside of Korea in the top 5 of countries. Some people would probably say top 3.
Yeah, like top 3, top 2. And, like, Germany at some point even looked like to be the strongest country outside of the Korea at the beginning of the beta, for example. But right now it is looking.
They're struggling against Cyril.
Yeah, Cyril the machine.
Cyril is so sick. Really, in those games, like, you
Yeah.
could tell how much promise already he had shown in Heart of the Swarm and how well he transitioned over to Legacy of the Void with his style of, you know, loving to go for the late game. Back when a lot of people were loving to use a lot of Swarm hosts and stuff, he was playing sometimes, I feel, a little bit more with Mutas and just doing a very nice Zerg style of transitions the whole time. And it's just so perfect for him, the way Legacy of the Void turned out to be.
Oh, this is gonna be 6 Zerglings versus 1 Zealot, so
Yeah.
Showtime has to pull the probes.
Yeah.
17 drones to 21 probes right now, so Cyril definitely needs to drone up quite a bit here behind us.
There is another Zealot on its way, but not yet. And this is a pretty good dance for Cyril
Yeah.
to be taking, with good control as well.
Good control for Showtime. It's really easy to lose our probe in this kind of battles.
A pretty easy defense, I guess.
Yeah.
What does Showtime going to, though, behind this? Do we see a Stargate? The second guess was, I think, too late to see a Stargate here, maybe?
Yeah, I don't know what the ideal follow-up will be here.
Just Adepts, maybe a Robo, couple gates, third base,
I was-
War Prism.
I was trying to recall the last game that I've seen Showtime play on this map, and I think he went for an Immortal all-in versus Nature. Because, you know, the map is very short, so this kind of aggressive strategy can really work.
Did it work?
I think it worked, yeah. If I remember correctly.
Alright.
But
We'll see.
He still hasn't thrown out technology here. He has the money to make a Robo if he wants to.
Stargates, maybe, since he's banking quite a bit of gas and
he's
starting
banking,
anything?
so he's looking like Stargate. Oh no, Robo.
Robo it is.
Bit of a later Robo.
Yeah.
How do you like the wall, by the way? This is the standard wall that everybody does, or everyone has a different wall?
Everybody is like, I'm gonna freestyle this wall. I've never seen someone like walling properly.
This
like,
is different than yours?
Oh no, because when I play this map, I do 1 gate and 4 pylon, but I do it consistently because I have no choice. I have a read build on this map.
Okay.
But I don't know. This is a decent wall. Well, it's not gonna matter too much since... Oh, actually no, a Twilight Council. What's the plan of Showtime with a Twilight? Is he gonna make the upgrade for Adepts maybe?
Oh, both have been spotted. An Overlord in very good position.
This is pretty passive from Showtime, but this allows Cyril to run quite a bit. Oh, this is gonna be a War Prism, alright. Oh, but is he full wall? Oh no, never mind. 2 seconds, I thought he was gonna full wall and gear up for a really weird
It's gonna
all-in.
third base here, surely, right?
Yeah, like... I would be really surprised if this is 2 base, like it will be some really weird 2 base.
7
all-in.
gates, Adept with the upgrades.
Yeah, like, oh, he's making
With
the
War
upgrade,
Prism.
so maybe this is gonna be the case actually. But now there's a probe going towards the third base, so no, this is gonna be a lot of pressure with Adepts on later the upgrade, and behind it, he's gonna go up to 3 bases.
Alright, Cyril's already... Oh, sorry, Tom.
It's a huge commitment, though. Like, if you don't do much damage, if the Zerg defends with Roaches and then counters attack with Roach Ravager, and you don't have, you know, Disruptors back at home and a lot to defend, you're gonna die.
There's a lot of Roaches about to pop out here. The War Prism drops off into the main base. Gonna find a Queen for now, just do a little bit of damage. But Roaches in high numbers.
Cyril is so sick. He pulled the drones exactly on time to make sure he wasn't gonna lose any. Now I'm pretty sure also he could go very easily into something like a Spore, a Spine in the main that would help so much.
So Showtime is going for Immortal with Adept with upgrade, but Immortal with Adepts, if Cyril just mass Roaches and Ravager, it's still like really good for Cyril.
He's building a lot of units right now,
Yeah.
Drogo. His creep spread is unbelievable. It's almost touching the Protoss base already, just at the 530 mark here. And there's so many units.
The Rock's being taken out is a big deal, by the way. For Cyril, like, if whenever he wants to attack, it's gonna be so much easier to go
He's going
that
to
right alley.
attack. And now it comes down to how does Showtime defend? Where does Showtime defend? How
There's
how
no
well does he
Disruptor
judge
on
it?
the way, and there's gonna be so many Ravagers. It's so hard to fight against this many Ravagers without
Robotics Bay
Disruptor.
only just now started. He's got a long way, and he's out in the open right now. He has to back off. Photon comes down. 2 force fields sporadically thrown
the
in.
Bile!
The Bile hits the back end of these units. The Immortal at the front doing some damage.
Oh, a bunch of these guys who are missing, actually.
Oh man, he loses another set of units here. And this might be it, Todd. Drogo, this might be it.
Yeah, this is really hard to deal with this, with what units Showtime currently has. If he had 1 Disruptors, he could kill so many of his Ravager, but
It was such a weird build. Who goes for Adept upgrade here?
I don't know, but...
Well, the third is broken. The gateways are dead and gone. And
The floodgates are open,
The
Apollo.
floodgates are open, that's
Oh, he
right.
pulls back.
Second Immortal though, couple of sentries have been warped in, so he does have some force fields.
And the bile will always land here. First on the pylons, and then as soon as all the pylons are down, it's going to unpower this gateway.
Okay, Disruptor number 1, maybe. This is the saving grace here for Showtime. Cannon's being warped in as well at the back. He knows that entire of Germany could be eliminated from NationWars 3 if he does not hold this.
Oh, the Robo
Council
is
turned
empowered.
off. Robo not turned on.
Oh, he needs at least one disruptor. Like if he got a big detonation and kill at least like 5 or 6 of these Ravagers, then this aggression ends.
Dancing around these corrosive biles for days here.
This is so bad for Showtime. He already lost his third. He needs a big fight win here, but that Robo is still not powered.
No, and it's maybe just about to be turned back on again by a back pylon.
No, it's
no,
not
it doesn't-
reaching
it
the
doesn't
Robo.
reach.
Oh, this is so sad.
It
for
still
Showtime.
isn't on.
So
Cyril
sick.
drawn back up, so now he's not even that all in anymore. So
He's doing a very good job actually of dodging bile for the most part, moving around.
Yeah,
Even
and he's catching a lot
trapping
of these Ravagers
Hey.
now. 2, 3, 4 of them go down.
Showtime with some sick micro there, but I mean, having lost his third, he's starting to have quite a few minerals here. Oh, the bile.
And he dodges again. Another hold for Showtime. Very, very good there, considering the circumstances. Robotics facilities back online, and he's pushing forward aggressively.
Showtime is still alive and with 57 probes, so honestly, he should just retake his third, take it easy, repower his Twilight Council, maybe go into Blink or something.
God, and now he's got a Warp Prism too. Showtime.
I don't think that's an overextension though if he moves
Yeah.
across the map. He
I
shouldn't
mean-
do that with his main army.
that's the thing. Cyril was really all in on a really low drone counts. So if Showtime was to stay alive, he will be in a decent position, but he took so much damage that I feel like Cyril is in the lead right now.
Look at what Cyril's doing, by the way. He's getting more Ravagers, going for Hydra then. I'm guessing he wants to go for Lurkers here, maybe on the 4th base, and then siege that 3rd base of Showtime, because he knows that by the time this 3rd base is up and running for Showtime, there's going to be a huge supply difference in army usually,
But
in the Zerg's favor.
He has to be careful. If he does that, his army is really weak to disruptors, especially Ravager. They have a tendency of blowing up by pack of 5 versus disruptor. So this could be the downfall of Cyril.
Yeah, but if he
commits
gets
too much.
enough Lurkers, like all you
yeah.
have to do is not clump them up.
Another
Yeah.
fight coming for Cyril.
I don't think he should attack before Lurkers.
2 Disruptors
This-
here. They can fire into this.
This is so risky by Cyril.
Why isn't he using the Disruptor?
I don't know.
Okay, there's one shot, and it gets into the... Whoa, it dies first of all.
That was so bad.
And the second Disruptor now comes in. That was not the best thing. And he's got Lings on his 3rd base, which he also has to defend against as well. Another Disruptor ball goes in. It's going to get 2 Ravagers.
I think the Disruptor took some
Another
damage
one. Oh, he's got another Disruptor at the front there. Both of them are going to get caught out. The other side of the force fields.
though. Showtime still struggling here against this, and there is so much left over here for Cyril, who, remember, still has a Lurker. Then on the way, the Mothership Core dies.
goes
That's
down
going to
as
be less
well. Roach is
overcharges.
getting really close. The Immortals have got so much work to do, but they're caught. A Disruptor ball comes in, and it's going to get a pretty decent hit. Can Showtime once again survive? He's down so little in terms of army supply.
If only Showtime had a decent connection with his disruptor, he would have
Yeah.
been able to hold this
He could have
attack.
crushed this, I
Yeah,
think.
he could have crushed this with better connection, definitely.
The Mothership Core needs to get back into this game. It's here, it's actually alive, and another Disruptor's on its way.
I mean, Lurkers now. Now that there is this little Disruptors with 0, they're going to reign supreme when they come into play. That's if Showtime doesn't even die before that.
Okay, here's another Disruptor. It needs to hit again. Okay, whoa! That's a pretty decent hit there.
Yeah, big hit.
And he
Big.
survives again
Can he
across
chase
these
down the
3
squids?
bases.
And another thing, Showtime is going to be +2. Cyril doesn't have any upgrade. He's incredibly all in with this.
Okay, and he just has to keep on holding. Showtime. Hold one time. Mothership Core being remade again.
+2 is actually finishing, and
Yeah.
there's no upgrades for Cyril, so he
Yeah.
committed a lot to this. And as long as Showtime keeps on surviving here, he's gonna be alright. He needs to keep on defending against this swarm. that
Okay,
are being
+2's now
thrown at him,
done.
though.
Okay, he has Blink, so he can pick up his Ravager and blink away.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, he's gonna go to the Stalker. One
Oh,
Stalker.
Disruptor.
Oh, but now with Creep. With
Yeah.
his Creep, it's so much easier to run away from the Disruptors.
Yeah, Observer just finished up there, so he's, I'm going to imagine he's going to poke forward a little bit. +1 attack now starts for Cyril. Showtime. Good. Gosh, here he's holding on his very best.
Where the Lurkers at?
Yeah, the Lurker den finished, but no Lurkers are in this game. He's got Hydralisk here.
He's got 2 Hydras on
And
like 4.
Showtime smells weakness here. He's going to go for it. He's got a couple of Disruptors which could get some big hits if they can get close enough, but still, the Zerg army's able to run away. At least, at the very least, he can clear this creep in the middle of the map. Lurker's getting
Showtime.
more thin.
Careful, mate.
One Queen goes down to the Disruptor.
Oh, drop
counter.
of roaches. Yeah, that's actually massive here. Cyril, he's gonna be able to buy himself so much time for more lurkers to be made here with this. It's gonna be so hard for Showtime to react properly to this. He's gonna have to warp in back at home.
Yeah.
I think he remade the mothership core, but he's around the third base.
That's a pretty cool move here from Cyril. Very good move under pressure. One lurker's been found.
Oh! Okay.
Pretty
That
decent.
was
He's
good.
got to be careful. I think he's now reacting to this on the other side of the map here and paying full attention to his army.
That's gonna force Showtime back here. This one drop across the map. That's being so annoying. Sniping a bunch of probes. He already got 9. Cyril is really insane.
And Cyril is just gonna run away. I think he's gonna load up in the overload on one, or maybe.
Hey, he has speed actually. Hey,
he
just
has
get out
speed.
of here.
Oh, he's busy microing his main army. Not so sure if he can be that aggressive.
Oh!
God, pretty good hit again from these disruptors, really saving Showtime today.
Showtime is really back in this. All he has to do is keep on pulling back, use those detonations to blow up Lurker. He already bought so much time. If Lurkers had already sieged to his third base, he would have been in so much trouble. But he slowed it down and now he's just blowing stuff up. Like it's Christmas.
Like if Showtime can, he already has 4 disruptor. If he doesn't lose them and keep on firing,
Yeah.
he's gonna get insanely cost effective.
And he's getting more and more.
Yeah.
Chrono boosting those out.
10 more roaches here by Cell, just throwing units at his opponent.
That's a crazy game again that we're seeing here.
Now Observer moving into position. Disruptor finishes off that lurker at the front here, and Showtime's going to move from the left and from the right hand side here. He's ready to take a fight. The Observer shows all that he needs to be seeing.
I should make sure he doesn't run into this army here and these lurkers in particular.
But I really think that Showtime is in the lead. If he can control this army properly, he can win with that army.
Yeah, he's crushing through these Ravagers and Lurkers here right now so far.
Well, there's some pretty good crosshair bars if they can connect. They do not, as he does simply move out of them, and he's going to push forward.
Fourth base is on the way.
Oh, juicy baby. That is a great hit from Showtime, and he's turned this game around. He's going for the kill. He finds lurkers being morphed in. They do actually come out of their shell. But this looks like Showtime in an incredible hold, and it's going to finish it off with another great disruptor hit.
This is like...
And what a game from Showtime, under pressure throughout every single second of it. Stayed calm, sure made some mistakes, but at the end of it, looks like he's about to come out a victor in this. He's broken through to the Zerg economy, he's found the 4th base. There's a counterattack being launched on the other side of the map. Probably one of the worst disruptor hits you're ever going to see there.
Yeah, but like he had some of the best ones before that. That was like so sick, the entire game.
Yeah, they've really saved him, and I can't believe that robotics facility was unpowered for so long as well. So stressful for Showtime.
I don't know if it's over though. You can never underestimate lurkers. Showtime, he definitely got some very good trades. The lurker den is still here.
Yeah, the lurker
That's
den.
it. If he gets that, he's going to be in a great shape.
3 lurkers catching the retreat of these units. There's still a lot of roaches on the other side of the map, which are being slowly dealt with by just pylons and a couple of stalkers being warped in.
Wow, I think he's done it. Showtime, that was so impressive.
Really impressive.
I can't believe I'm so bad against lurkers. He was so good.
And like this was some crisis management if I ever seen some.
Yeah, very, very impressive game from the German. And he's coming back with his main army to deal with these roaches, gather his forces back for one more attack and look to finish this one off. Catches the stalkers here, he's got Blink available as well, so he traps them. Great move there from Showtime, and now you'd imagine he'd be going for the killing blow against Cyril, who's performed very, very well these last 2 days in NationWars 3, but has been outmatched by Showtime. And in the past 2 days, with a victory here for Showtime, would put them at 2 games apiece, trading back and forth. And here he comes for the winning move. A blink forward. A lot of Ravagers here.
As long as he doesn't overextend, Showtime's going to be alright here. Just take his time, sit back there, use the disruptors to keep on blowing stuff up. He killed 35 drones, I mean, like, after that, and these bases, Cyril just can't be able to seem to recover.
Yeah, with the 4th Nexus down, there's no need to rush things at all for Showtime. His opponent's on 2 bases, his original 2 bases, does not have any income, and slowly Showtime is climbing up in terms of supply because he is mining more effectively than his opponent.
Way more walkers, way more army, and he's going to keep on extending that lead. Disruptor count is actually pretty high. I think he kept most of those alive, so he's 6th right now, 7th is on the way as well. Such a sick game. Like if you're a Protoss player and you struggle against Zerg that plays this ground style of Roach, Ravager, or even Lurker, like just watch this game over and over because that control was so insane. Unit placement and everything.
But this game is gonna end with some impressive detonation, because Serral, all he has is all of his Ravagers. And once they're off creep, they can't dodge disruptor shots. Small counter-attack trying to make stuff happen, but Showtime already has Stalker in position.
Yeah, very difficult opponent. You can just see the supply slowly and surely climbing more and more in favor of Showtime, who's going to be looking to finish off the Finnish superstar who has been performing so very well. Another good hit, and that is it. GG from Showtime, or from Serral for Showtime. And now he gets a win. And now it's 3-2, and Serral's out of the game, which means Wellmu's going to be the next player for Finland.
PvP.
PvP on Prion Terraces.
Which Wellmu, I think, did say in an interview today or yesterday that he is concerned of how good Showtime is in this matchup.
Yes, I wonder if Wellmu is gonna bring something tricky like the 2-base charge that he did last time, or if he's gonna try to play a standard mid game. But I think in his interview he said that he didn't like to play with Stalker and Disruptors.
Hello.
One map win to go, and then Finland. Yeah, still one map technically to go. Yeah. Serral's been pretty good. He's been pretty good.
Yeah, that's the exact space where he plays.
That was
very
probably
good,
his face when disruptor shots hits. Yeah. Serral is really good, but that was pretty insane. I'm so impressed with Showtime that last game.
Yeah.
That's Clone War and that group in particular, I think, gave us some of the best games that we had seen yet in the entirety of NationWars.
I think you're right, Todd. There's been a very close battle. Yesterday they did play, if you're just tuning in today for the first time, they played yesterday in the starting match for both teams, and it was a 4-3 victory to Finland, and it was a very, very close series. And today, that last game, not this one, but the one before that with Serral, and now this game as well, two very epic and close games. But Serral's out of the picture for now. He's gone.
Look at Puff.
Puff is so sick.
That is the best gif I've seen. Who does that with his cap? Like,
I can't remember that moment, if I'll be honest with you. I really can't remember very much. Friday night in Paris. All right, so Serral's out of the picture now, so it's all on Wellmu to put this up, and then of course Serral could get revived. I'm sure that a lot of pressure now going to be relieved from Showtime. That was a very difficult game.
He still needs to win 2 games and not lose any. Like, that's pretty sick.
Stopping the momentum of a player is always good, though.
Yeah, I
like
guess.
Stopping a win
and
streak is
starting
always
his
nice.
own momentum here potentially. But I mean, every game's a new game, and now he's facing Wellmu, who's probably had quite a bit of time to think about this PvP coming up.
Yeah.
Probably picked a very specific build and is going to try to go for it.
And Prion Terraces, how does it play out PvP, would you say? Is it a standard way to play this? I mean, like, obviously depends on how they want to play it, but overall, is it kind of an okay map? The gold bases make it tricky?
No, like the gold base doesn't make that big of a difference. You just fight in the middle of the map most of the time.
So it's just pretty standard. You can play this out pretty standard.
It gets weird when you go up to 3-4 bases with those 2 gold bases on your side of the map that you can take. And usually you have a lot of unit in the mid game when that happens, like very quickly. That's why actually we saw a very action-packed game between, I think it was Showtime and Parting back at DreamHack. Remember that game was pretty epic with Disruptors. And honestly, like, if we go into this kind of situation, a lot of the time it comes down to Stalker and Disruptor control, which Showtime, like, already in that previous game showed that he's a master of. That's why I think Wellmu doesn't want it to go to this kind of game.
I was going to say that. Like, he said in his interview that he doesn't like to play with Disruptors, and he's facing Showtime, which is like maybe the best PvP mid-game player in Europe. So I think Wellmu is going to try something tricky.
I mean, it's bad to say that because now Showtime, he knows that all he has to do is scout and counter.
Do you think that the openness of the gold base or the third base can play into Wellmu's style in a way that it's very difficult to have, you know, gateway pylon defensive coverage?
Yeah, you can be really aggressive. Like, he needs, if you want to play defensive, you have to make like more pylon than usual. So maybe Wellmu is gonna try some, I don't know, maybe a really fast Feld Nexus into a lot of Blink Stalker. Could definitely be something that he likes to do. But we'll see. Like, Wellmu, I always have a hard time anticipating what he's gonna do.
Yeah, he's always been one of the most unpredictable players we've seen in Starcraft competitive play for sure. So it'll be good to see exactly where he's going to go for this one. We are going to be jumping into this in a couple of seconds. Showtime's ready. Wellmo's just warming up, getting ready to go himself. He is also ready, Todd, and we could go the distance in this best of 7. Of course, this is the 8th nation that qualifies for the playoffs, and the draw will be happening immediately after the games are done. So I know you're watching, all of you right now. Do stick around for after this to find out who plays who in the quarterfinals. First seeds will go up against second seeds. Randomized to find out exactly who they play will be a little bit later on. Okay, countdown's begun.
Here we go.
Here we go. Another epic game in a row. Could be
man.
Cryon Terraces. Let's do this, baby.
Germany or Finland here to be our last team to make it into the quarterfinals. It's looking pretty good for Finland, but Showtime, he needs to beat Wellmo and then a revived player from Finland. Let's see if he can do it. Let's jump into it.
And at the bottom right of the map, the man that's needed to bring back for his nation is his Showtime.
Had a pretty good game against Cyril just now, but he needs to beat this guy here. Playing as the Blue Protoss, it is of course Wellmo.
Wellmo hype.
Wellmo hype. Cool guy.
Well, I mean, why would you cheer for Wellmo now? I want a 7th game, mate.
I would like a 7th game.
Imagine the pressure, like last match of the round of 16.
And what was it,
countries
Lerlet Crest?
that are very hopeful. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it would be Cyril.
Yeah, yeah.
Can be pretty tough. Have you ever heard Roddy whine about Larry Crest? It's priceless.
Good old Kev.
Roddy doesn't complain often, but when he does, he sure makes it count.
So both players are gonna go for Nexus first, and they're both gonna scout after the Nexus. Showtime checking for proxy gate. I can understand that.
Yeah,
Wellmo is not. I can also understand that.
You know, by the way, Stefano is here.
Yeah, I saw
He's on
him,
the
yeah.
French stream. I told him.
Hi, Stefano.
I told him I didn't know you were going to
Joining
be.
me for what?
You were going to be
Oh,
here.
he's drinking already. Yeah, later. I've got some Starcraft to cast if you didn't notice.
I told Stefano I didn't know you were going to be here, and he answered to me, I didn't know I was going to be here.
Oh, that's a good answer. Hello, mate. A lovely jubbly. He's got hair in it.
It's mine, don't worry.
Stefano.
It's part of the cocktail.
What are you...
That's the Stefano version 2.0.
Why has he got hair
The one
in
they
it?
don't have at Meltdown.
Oh, Stefano.
So first big difference is Showtime is going for a single gate while Wellmo is going for 2. But I don't know. Which is gonna favor it? Wellmo is not immediately filling his gases.
It depends about, I guess, about the damage that Adepts can do. A lot of the time, double gate is going to be for Adepts, right? And then they go across the map, and how well can you defend them? Since Showtime went for a little bit of a wall, maybe he can do a better job if he walls that off on time.
Yeah,
With the
but
probe left there. Do you think he plans to?
But I think by the time Adept will be here, like he's gonna have too many probes as a natural, so Showtime is also gonna need a way to defend his natural versus but as I say that, it's 2 Stalkers, so Wellmo maybe playing a bit defensive.
Yep. Always funny how that turns out. Some players love to go for 2 Adepts no matter what. Which school are you, Drogo?
I'm the Adept.
Yeah?
School. Yeah.
Good to know, thanks. Twilight Council on the way.
Twilight Council for Showtime, which is gonna take quicker because he only has 1 gateway.
He's got no hair in it.
I almost expect Wellmo to also show them
Just say
on
hello,
Twilight
Stefano.
Council.
Hey, how are you?
That's Stefano, everyone. He said hi.
Wow. So
Where
yeah,
are the additional gateways, Showtime? Or the Robo? He's delaying that
No.
quite a bit.
I'm a man.
Wellmo is making 2 more Stalkers. Wellmo still doesn't have any technology. What is that? Oh, on a probe. He's gonna try to scout what Wellmo has. Expect Wellmo has
How the hell did he
nothing.
get in?
I don't
Stalkers
know.
are on strike, man.
All right, I'm back. Sorry, I was distracted from Stefano.
But
Sean.
Wellmo is
Sorry.
making Stalkers and now a Twilight Council, but this is incredibly late.
Yeah.
But he has a lot of Stalkers.
Does
though.
it matter though? Like, I don't think you can be afraid of any kind of Blink
Yeah,
Stalker attack.
I
at all
don't think
much.
this is gonna come into play too much. But if Showtime was scouted that this very late Twilight Council, I almost feel like he could just build a front base right now.
Mm-hmm.
But since he doesn't know, both players are going to have to play pretty defensive. So a Blink that's like 60 seconds late is not gonna matter too much, I think.
So whatever happened here to that special game plan we talked about from Wellmu. So far, it's
Yeah.
been pretty standard. And now Showtime's going up to a third base on the golds.
Yeah, like.
If Wellmu doesn't want to play a standard PvP here, he's
okay,
gonna have to
okay.
drop down a bunch of gates and do some sort of attack.
Okay, no, like if I'm Wellmu and I scout this, and I'm like, okay, let's add a lot of gates and try to punish this, and he's gonna take a third base.
Here's something that I think you missed, is that Wellmu did queue up a bunch of gates. I was looking inside his main base, and then he stopped it and decided to go for the gold. So he was thinking about attacking into this.
And
I feel like-
Showtime, I really like that Showtime adds 3 more gates immediately. That would have given him a serious chance if Wellmu was to go for a timing.
But like even if he's taking a third base, I feel like Wellmu is just gonna try to punish this third base of Showtime with mass stalkers. Like I don't think Wellmu is gonna go into a mid game with Disruptor. I would be really surprised if that's the case. Because like Wellmu, like when you were to play, if you were to play him in the Swamp, he would always Goblin Stalker.
Isn't this terrible for him if he doesn't have Blink out in the middle of the map?
Yes.
He's out in the middle of the map, he doesn't have Blink, he just lost one Stalker.
Man. This is a sad game then.
Yeah, but I mean, he's gonna warp in and match the numbers of his opponent in a second.
Oh, he's catching another Stalker, that's 2 down for
bad. That's
free.
really bad. That's what not supposed to happen. You don't move out without Blink, like you own the map.
Yeah. And now Showtime's actually the one pressuring this. The pylon gets charged up. He blinks his weakened Stalkers back and will take down the pylon. There's still no Blink for Wellmu yet.
And Showtime is making our prism, so actually Showtime is on his own gonna go for a lot of...
Yeah. Because there is no pylon across the map and he had 5 gates earlier, his Stalker count
takes
is always
another
going to be
Stalker
higher.
down now. That's
His Stalker count is always going to be higher than Wellmu's. Showtime, looking to try and take the victory here, is going to come into the form of that Immortal's power here if Wellmu is to hold this.
Blink's going to be finished up in a second here for Wellmu.
And a Dark Shrine too. So Showtime is back to probing now. He has a lot of Blink Stalker, maybe gonna try to do something fancy like blinking into the main.
I'm surprised he didn't commit. He was going to have way more Stalkers here no matter what.
Yeah, it looks like he is going to move around to the main base, Joe. I think you're right.
Yeah,
there.
like if this is something that it's really easy to do. If your opponent has Immortal, you just poke at the third from this angle, and if he has Immortal, you blink up in the main. So your opponent can also blink up in his main, but he can't blink up his Immortal.
Oh, the probe,
Yeah, this is game over.
Yeah, is that big of a move?
A good old white tricol, GG.
All right, Joe goes caught in this one. So 5, 6 Stalkers do get stuck, but the rest of them come into the main base. Another big warp in.
Like I do this kind of bullshit fairly often, and once you get the blink in the main and unpower the gateways, usually you win the game.
All right, well, we'll see if this is going to come true. If so, we will be going to the ace match, and we will be seeing one final match between these two nations. And there's even Stalkers into the gold mineral line as well. Immortal's taking a long time. He's going to jump down. He finds himself on the gold base. It is
Showtime.
exposed.
With all the pressure that was on him, he delivers here against Cyril, now against Wellmu.
Yeah,
and he's calling out the revive here on Cyril.
One thing though, the Dark Shrine. Maybe that's like something that could pull this back. We'll see. But Immortal goes down easily. Another warp in a stall because it's Showtime.
Can he get the Observer? He's going to get the Observer actually.
Link up.
But there's no, I think, pylon across the map.
No, and he jumps right back into the main base again. Excellent use of the mobility here. He recoils into death as these units go down incredibly fast, and I think that's going to be it. Showtime. Excellent game from him previously, and again now. Very dominant against Wellmu, and he's really putting Germany in a shot of moving to the quarterfinals here. A blink battle for the century. But it is going to come out in favor of the German, no matter how this goes. Even with Dark Templar, and he's taken down everything with him. And that is going to be that. Showtime hype. Game
Deutschland is still alive.
Game 7. Cyril, anybody?
Yes, Larry Lacresse.
Yes, but that's the thing, though. Even though when he was playing on Lyra Crest, Cyril was going for Gasless, not trying to abuse the map by any means. So, I don't know. Maybe Showtime is on a roll.
Yeah.
For me, it's 50-50. Yeah. I'm not gonna call anything because I genuinely don't know.
What if someone put a gun to your head and told you to predict? What would you say?
Cyril.
That wasn't so hard.
That wasn't so hard.
It's like, I will never make a prediction. Literally 1 second later.
Well, for the second time in 2 days, Germany and Finland will go to the 7th map to decide which team, which country, which nation advances to the next stage. This time the stage is a big one, as it is a quarter-final position. It is the playoffs. It is a wonderful place to be in, of course, because then it's only one game away from traveling to Paris to play in the Olympia for the top 4. And it's starting here with one map between them. Of course, Showtime will play for Germany, obviously. And now it's time to see who Team Finland, captained by Wellmu, decides to bring out. A lot of people, almost everybody, expecting Serral. It would be strange if it wasn't, unless Whelm was like, wait a minute, why didn't I use that build then? I'm going to use it now.
It was weird though, like, I do think that if he didn't want to go into like this sort of game where Showtime's very comfortable with a lot of Blink Stalkers on 3 bases and all that, he should have dropped down 6 gates on 2 bases and then gone for a punishment timing on the 3rd base of Showtime, and then he would have been able to get ahead from there, expand himself, get further ahead and all that. But now, like, I don't know, that game plan just didn't work out.
Here's some tweets.
Showtime holds, man. Yeah, actually, that game on Arena against Serral was like 300.
It was epic. I like that. That's really funny. I like that tweet. Oh, look at them. Together.
This was during WCS at Tour. I recognize the stairs.
The what?
WSS final at Tour, where either
Tour.
one.
Oh, in Tour.
No,
Tour.
that's in Poitiers.
Oh,
Tour was
Poitiers.
DreamHack.
Oh yeah, sorry, I mixed those up. Yeah, it was in Poitiers.
Ah, okay. And now it was Showtime that came out ahead.
Who
there.
is it?
All right, so everyone get
We think
ready
Serral.
because in 10 seconds, Serral's name is going to appear underneath the numbers.
Definitely Serral or Whelmu here, but must be Serral. because
Wouldn't it
of
be funny
their
if it was like dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, Elfie, and I'm like, what?
Oh, it is Serral. All right. So these two, how many games have they played together at this point? Quite a few.
It's 2-2 now, and this would be the 5th game in 2 days.
But there you go, best of 5.
Best of 5.
The final game.
It's pretty epic, actually, that it is 2-2 between them.
Such an important game.
Yeah.
Imagine, like, you've played somebody 4 maps already, it's 2-2, and then you know that the last map will decide who moves on to the
Yeah.
round of 8. It's like,
A
wow.
lot of pressure.
Pressure, man.
Super big game. We're going to take a very quick break here at O Gaming as we do allow the players to prepare themselves for the last game of the entire of the group stages. The winner goes through to the playoffs. We'll be right back.
Welcome back, everybody. You're watching NationWars 3, and we are all tied up here between Finland and Germany. Final map of the match, a best of 5 between Showtime and Serral will decide with the last map here between these two who advances on to the round of 8. That's pretty sick.
You know, Johan, you'd be proud of me. I was watching those games there, and I was like actually ready to change my shirt. I was like, this is over, right? Like, and then Elias is like, you want to have a drink? I was like, no, I'll wait a little bit. I'll wait until everybody's done. He's like, no, come on, Kevin, you're so weak. I was like, no, I'll wait a little bit. I thought that game was super over. I was like really halfway through Arena. Yeah, it's like he lost his bases, the roaches everywhere, there's links everywhere. He's down 50.
We've
supply.
been there, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like whenever that happens, it's like, yeah, you know,
I know I'm dead like 3 minutes later.
I know disruptors are comeback units, but then you kill 3 roaches and 17 more show up, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
But man, what a sick performance by both of these players, of course. You know, not just in that game in particular by Serral, but in the other games, he was amazing. The final map is going to be played on
your favorite map!
Freaking Larry Crest. We've seen these two players go up against each other before.
PVZ
on
37%.
That's way more than I win on this map against Zerk. Those are not my statistics. Either way, it's still going to be an absolutely amazing game. And maybe this man will be able to do the impossible, and that is defeat this amazing Zerk on Larry Crest. We're looking at the main base of the German Protoss. It is showtime. Wally!
Auf geht's, Deutschland.
Yeah, auf geht's. That's something they indeed say all the time.
Oh, what does it mean?
Just like, come on, in a weird way. Like, here we go. Auf
Alright.
geht's!
And his opponent starting on the bottom right-hand side. Sorry for the late intro, Coca. It is Serral. He already zoomed in. He's like,
Now we need
tired.
a finish chant as well, though. Otherwise, we're super biased. Like something Suomi or something.
I don't think I even. I don't think I even know a single one in Finnish. Do you?
Word?
Yeah.
Vittu.
What does that mean?
Well, make a guess.
Oh, okay, it's this. Sounds almost the same in Swedish. Okay, I get it. That's because of Fuser, right?
Yeah,
You
you
say
used
that
to
when
say
you
it all
played.
the time.
Okay.
I mean, the rest is very difficult. Either way, it's Nexus first over here for Showtime. It's Hatch first as well for Serral. Could be another gasless opening from him for a while. And is the German Protoss going to try to punish it with relentless aggression? Or is this going to be a slow and steady wins the race game? This has been a ridiculous match, you know, just between these two players in particular. But this entire clan war, man, with even, you know, the other Finnish Zerk pulling its weight in the opening match against TLO. That
His
was
name was
amazing.
Jugeljan.
Yeah, Zugelian, sorry, there we go. It's been a long day of StarCraft.
Actually, yeah, it's pretty crazy to think that TLO was eliminated first and never really got to play again. Like, must feel so infuriating, you know. Imagine you lose first and then you have to watch your team and like all your hopes rest on their shoulders. But in this case, Serral and Showtime could have had it any better way here to try and end this series with.
And just like back-to-back insane games. That game on Runes of Sarans, if you guys just joined us, you gotta watch Hero Marine versus Serral, because that was one of the sickest games I've seen all year. And then, you know, that PvZ was a little shorter, I guess, on the arena, but still nothing but spectacular and amazing, with all German hopes resting on Showtime's shoulders. And somehow, despite being thrown back to 2 bases, still being able to squeeze out a victory in that one.
I really thought that was it.
Yeah.
And on this map, we can expect a very different kind of game, though, here with how it's laid out, really, with that third base being apart. I feel like it's going to be really hard for Showtime to pick something that's going to be good here against Serral. He chooses the Stargate.
Very fast Stargate.
Yeah, I think he's going to have to be on point with his scouting. I don't assume that Showtime's going to go for something super aggressive. I do think he's going to go for a third base, but like in terms of scouting, he needs to know at all times what Serral's going for, and he needs to adjust. And you can't let Serral, like we've learned that, or any top Zerg go up to 4 or 5 bases without doing any kind of big attack. That just doesn't work.
That first Oracle is going to show up quite quickly, and I think it's the first time that he's opening up with an Oracle against Serral, so there's a good chance Serral's not expecting this. Overlord's out of position. This has to be an Oracle when it's this quick. I really feel like making a Phoenix now would be rather silly, so just try to go for it, and maybe he can set himself up for a very... Ooh, why is he supply block? Okay, just a couple seconds. Maybe he can set himself up for a strong attack in the mid-game after killing 5, 6, 7 drones here, then having excellent scouting, followed up with a bunch of Blink Stalkers.
Yeah, I mean, if Showtime was to open with a good amount of drone kills here in a game like this, that's exactly the kind of kickstart he needs for playing a good game, a longer game, where he's going to be able to do some kind of timing with maybe more supply than his opponents.
So this is a very important scout, right? Because now you can see, is there a Spore Crawler here? And no, there is not. Well, one temporarily, but that one will get cancelled. There is one Spore Crawler going up, I believe, in the main base, but still, both of these spores are going to get cancelled. And now that Oracle is going to sweep in, it's actually heading towards the third base. I don't think there's a Spore there either. Actually, that's the only base with the Spore. So don't go towards the third base. That's the one base you don't want to fly into.
You're rolling the dice wrong, brother. You need to head to other bases.
Every time he rolls the dice, he hits a 7th. Oh, that's so unfortunate. If he goes to the other base, he gets 5, 6, 7 drones.
Wow. Every time an Oracle flies into the one base that has a Spore, a kitten dies, man. This is really sad.
A Protoss kitten on Ire. I mean, work-wise, it's still not that bad, and Showtime knocked down his own rocks as well, I believe, so... Oh, no, actually, he didn't knock his rocks down yet. Has to be a little bit careful about that. But he's going up to 3 bases very quickly. He knows that Serral likes to stay gasless for a while.
I don't think Showtime has Robo yet, does he? I think he went straight into Twilight. If he were to face any kind of Roach Ravager there, actually it would be very dangerous, because without Disruptors, these things that are a real struggle to kill. Even though last game he showed us with some very good micro how you can basically render Bile super useless. You just kind of dance around it.
I mean, we've seen this playstyle before as well, right? When Showtime tries to go up to 4 bases, these Link counters are so deadly, especially once 1-1 kicks in, and not to even mention 2-2 and Adrenal Glands. That's just where life becomes very, very difficult. So I don't think Showtime wants to let it get to that phase in the game. Most likely he's going to try to win on 3 bases here. Did he just get the Adept upgrade before Blink? Yes, he did.
No Blink. No Blink starting just yet. Robo's finally going to go down. Maybe some kind of maxed-ish timing with 3 base, maxed out army. He was with Charge, I think, right? Yeah.
I mean, Lurker then is actually morphing. That's interesting, by the way, because Serral he seems like, well, I guess he always made Lurkers and he just doesn't rely on them to win the game.
That's very smart because you can use them so many different ways. Just making them makes you very safe against almost anything, and then you can head into Hive, go up to more bases and be very safe. Even though the bases on this map are very far apart, and protecting that 4th, 5th is going to be tricky maybe if Showtime gets a very scary army.
I think it would have been very nice if that Void Ray was able to snipe the drone that was morphing into the 4th base, or somehow deny it a little bit, but that's not going to be the case. So for now it's just going to be a safety Void Ray, and Showtime is setting himself up pretty defensively. Serral already looking for openings with his Zerglings, but Showtime says nope, not yet, not now, maybe later, but not yet.
Actually, because Serral made the pneumatized Carapace already, there is an opportunity here to maybe go for Lurker drop in each middle line. which can be a real pain to deal with it. He just has to morph a couple overlords, put a bunch of lurkers in it, and have some fun, man. I'm not even sure there is cannons in the middle lines.
He's morphing 2 cannons right now as we speak. The Warp Prism as well, Johan. Blink is being researched, but it's kind of a weird timing, right? To move out while you're starting Blink. It makes maybe it's just to deny a little bit of creep and to force out a couple units from Serral. He's gonna be careful though. Here comes another Link counter. Is the German Protoss prepared for it this time? Where's that mothership for it? It's probably with the main army. Just Zerglings, by the way. It's risky. These Links got 1-1 already. A couple pylons will get sniped.
Yeah, Showtime needs to be careful. If that mothership core gets sniped, he's gonna lose everything and be trapped on the map.
He's gonna try to get the 4th base over here. He can cancel the Shadow ability, of course. He has a Void Ray as well. Roach a little late to the party. He could drop a couple of force fields. Nah, he doesn't want to commit. It's too risky. Or is he gonna try to commit?
Yeah, he can get it. Or even just hold position, kill as much as possible.
No,
Then
the Mothership Core.
The mothership core Showtime, don't do this. He was a little bit far from some of these units as well. Got scared there for a second.
I felt if you would have really committed on it, immediately drop those force fields and let those Links nibble away at your units, but then just recall out in time, I think there is a chance he could have got it, but he didn't want to play with fire, he didn't want to risk it. That's a pretty late infestation pit, by the way. That means that this is not going to be a game where we're going to see ultras very quickly. This is not going to be a game.
What did I tell you?
Yeah, I mean, he loves his Link drops, right? It's not a Lurker drop, Bjorn.
Yeah.
Not yet, at least.
I think Lurker drop would be so good, but he gets them very late. Just morph them here back at home to be safe, and I guess in defense against anything that might be thrown at him here for Serral. Those Links. Serral is like a mini life, man.
Yeah. I mean, actually, there's only 6 gateways, and it's not nice to defend against units in your main base when you only have 6 gates. The Sim City is actually very, very good this time by Showtime. He's put so much thought into it. Look at this, like this artwork of Protoss cannons everywhere. But against roaches, that suddenly complicates things a little bit. Lurkers are here though, so you got to be careful. He doesn't even have an observer with his army, I think. Or does he? Yeah, he does. Sorry.
Drop in the main is happening.
And the German
this is going to be really annoying.
I mean, he's preventing him at least from going up to Hive, right? There's only... Okay, there we do see the Hive finally starting, but in the previous games, Hive was a lot quicker. He's denying all the creep, he's still active with a Prism as well. He's not losing too much at home, he lost a couple probes here and there, but I feel this is going well for Showtime.
He's finally getting a few drones here, but it's only 2. He's definitely doing a good job in keeping Serral on 4 bases. Yeah, that would be a very heavy mistake if he didn't cancel that.
I mean, eventually I think he does have to do something with the adapts, right? Because we've seen it before. If Serral, like, you know, fast forward 5 minutes into this game, it's only we have Ultras, Queens, Lurkers,
oh, loses the War Prism here though.
Nope, that's not gonna happen, Showtime.
Not yet.
Not that easy, at least. You gotta work for it. If you want to get 4 bases against Serral on Lateral Crest, you gotta work for it real
7
hard.
more Lurkers starting. He's getting so many.
Way more than in the other games.
Well, what do you think is the plan? Is he gonna siege that 4th base or 3rd?
I mean, with 19 Lurkers, you don't make 19 Lurkers to be defensive. There's absolutely no way. That's an insane amount of Lurkers, actually. 19. He can leave a couple behind.
Well, which base do you think? 4th or 3rd?
Maybe the natural, the middle, all of them. You know, 19 Lurkers.
Drop in the main, drop in the natural, hitting the north, hitting the west.
He's making it rain with Lurkers, the sickest Lurker conquer we've ever seen. One of the Disruptors is going to get picked up over here. That's an excellent counter again. Slowly but steady, a few buildings will fall. I also just think that Serral is making 100%
Oh, they're really clumped. They were so clumped up.
Oh, he killed. Yeah, he killed quite a few.
Yeah, he got it. Can we see the units?
Yeah, he killed 3.
Okay,
not bad. Damage to
but that
others.
4th base got cancelled here.
Oh, Disruptors in the main. I guess
Merry Christmas!
Oh, that's -3 Lurkers. Only 2 Lurkers remain. And then it's just a couple of roaches. I think so far this is going really good for Showtime.
He can just come back, clean this up. He's got such cost-effective trades here the last few fights, and now Showtime's gonna restart the 4th base. Is he aware that there are Ultras on the way though? Because that's a game changer. He's gonna need additional robos. He's gonna need a lot of Immortals.
It's not exactly a reverse all-kill, but we're starting to get pretty damn close to it though. Can Showtime actually do it? Germany was down 3-1, now it's 3-3. He's up 30 supply, of course Ultras on their way. There's still plenty of Lurkers to work with as well, but... Well, plenty, just 9 actually. This might be it, Johan. I think he's really gonna go for it.
Well, I don't think he can break this position against Lurkers.
Maybe the 4th base or something? Is there a weak spot somewhere?
Of course Serral was gonna attack this base with Links.
Not gonna get it. Lurkers will connect. Well, Lurkers take damage. They're not dying.
That's a cancel.
Well, double photon overcharge is not going to be enough over here.
And I really like that Serral, by the way, takes the 5th base away. on the top right hand side. That's so smart. If he put it elsewhere, like he would have been expected, maybe Showtime would have attacked it.
Yeah.
And now again, Showtime's gonna start to retake that space.
Where's the observer? 4 ultras are on the way, and we all know what ultras do against this army composition of Showtime. So Showtime needs to make some magic happen. Disruptors will connect with a couple of lurkers, so they do get picked off, but 1 or 2 do still survive. And not a big circling counter. He always finds an opening. Like, I like the description of a mini life, Johan. I think you're spot on.
I think he needs a Dark Shrine. Oh, be careful, Showtime.
Okay,
overextending a little bit. The Stalkers took so much damage. Ultras are gonna come out in a second.
Oh god.
And there is no recall available with this army, and with shots missing here from these disruptors, it's gonna be so hard for Showtime to fight if Cyril wanted to go for the fight, but Cyril is still behind its supply here.
I mean, there's no pylon, there's no Warp Prism, right? So how much longer can you truly stick around? And I feel it's been a long time since Showtime has seen the hive timing, or even knows. He's probably thinking that Cyril is not extremely rich, but Cyril was rich enough to squeeze out 7, 8, 9 Ultras, and Ultras demolish his army. Oh my god, Showtime has to retreat, yo thought. He doesn't have a Mothership Core, he doesn't have a Warp Prism, he goes for a forward blink. There are so many Ultralisks on this side of the map. Oh, he's gonna lose everything against +3 Ultras.
I think his Observer died as well. These Ultras, man, they're ramping up. They're getting ready for the fight. They're flexing. They're dancing the haka here from New Zealand.
This might actually be a sacrifice this time. Yep, he's gonna send them forward. But
actually, if he gets a good scout on the Ultras, maybe he can get out with the main army, but at the bottom he's getting caught out of position.
Oh, Disruptors, one time! Oh, getting decent hits, but not enough. Not a single Ultra has died, and all of the Disruptors will get picked off.
And now Cyril's gonna be attacking, I think, with this. He's got 102 army supply against 71. This might be enough here to kill his German opponents. Let's see if we can see another miraculous hold here from Showtime.
Well, he's gonna get a hit on a couple of the lurkers, but 2 pylons is probably not going to be enough. A Dark Shrine would be absolutely amazing right now. He's gonna have to reposition his army a little bit. Most of the links are gone, and that should make this Immortal a little bit stronger. But he's going to sacrifice the base for now. Cyril is gonna throw Showtime back to just a 3-base economy, which is obviously not a 3-base economy because it's like a 1-base by now.
Yeah, Showtime couldn't take that fight. I think he realized it, so he pulled back. Whoa, there was that. Makes Templar Archives. Look at his guys. If he gets a bunch of High Templars, they're gonna do a lot of tanking for the rest of his army to do the job. But right now, Cyril is on 5 bases. His economy has been left undisturbed, and he's in a fantastic position here to propel Finland into the quarterfinals.
And Showtime has absolutely no idea thought about that base on the right top side of the map, that hidden base that was taken. So he's gonna have to murder this army, man. He's gonna have to do it real soon. Try to get a couple good hits up with his Disruptors. Can the comeback unit of the century make one more miraculous comeback for Germany, or is this going to be it? And this is going to be Cyril with an absolutely phenomenal performance throughout this entire group stage, not just today, but of course yesterday as well.
How many Immortals is he on?
I think like 4, 5?
4. With a couple more, yeah, but okay. One
make
less,
it 3. Make it 3.
That is not the way you want this game to be going here for Showtime, who's moving across the map. I don't think... Yeah, Mothership Core is not with his army, so again, no recall available here.
Yeah. I mean, that's a big problem, right? He needs the Mothership Core at home to defend against Ling Ron.
Vipers, I think, are gonna wreck him, by the way. There is no High Templars in this army.
He's warping in 4 more.
I think there is 5 Vipers. Yeah, he made 5 Vipers earlier. They're gonna be so good. He's just gonna abduct all of these Disruptors and kill them. Cancel the detonation.
As well, yeah, there's so little that Showtime can do against this. He doesn't have Revelation, he doesn't have Observers on top of this army. Cyril still running around with links. That hidden base is really paying dividends right now.
Abducts, here we go. Actually, you can't even...
Wow.
Oh, what?
Okay, decent.
Step back in.
Yeah, decent. 1-3 Viper. Oh god, that's a lot of links.
He abducted a Stalker? Did I see that? Did I see that right?
I think you're right, but it's a lot of Zerking stuff.
Burrows being researched. Spire as well is on the way here for Cyril, who's got a sick economy behind this. I think he's just throwing away those links, and he can just replace them with new links or ultras or anything he wants.
I mean, he's doing a lot of work again, right? He's picking off so many probes. He's forcing Showtime to look away as well, so he can't be as active with his Disruptors as he would love to be. 2 Archons are left by themselves. They get picked off immediately. Disruptors don't completely connect with those lurkers, and I think it's just Cyril all over again, man. He's 50-60 supply up, and Showtime just cannot go up to a 4th base on this map.
Showtime's getting some good trades with these Disruptors, but he's really running out of army and of steam. He's lost quite a few units. 25 probes died in that one base.
This might actually be a fight that he can win, even though a couple of ducks being used. Disruptors get picked off immediately, and there is that 4th base again. Every single probe got sniped there already. That Nexus is probably going to fall. So this is going to be it. 78 supply for Showtime against the maxed out Zero. Zero is incredibly good in Zerg vs Protoss.
He's incredibly good at Starcraft, man. 71 army supply to 126. This is it. Showtime, a final attempt here to try and come back in this game. The Ultras doing all right, but they're going to be killed, most of them here. But the Lynx might be able to finish the job anyway. Behind this, Zero has too much anyway. And Zero takes the win and sends his team to the quarterfinals. Germany is out of the NationWars 3 in the round of 16 here.
I mean, we knew that Zero was good, but nobody expected Zero to be that good on back-to-back days. It wasn't just a fluke. It wasn't just yesterday. Now again today, he played absolutely phenomenal StarCraft, and definitely a shocker, man. Germany not making it to the group stage. Tough group. Hindsight, you know, people looked at it as like, you know, Korea first, Germany second, and all is good in the world of StarCraft. Well, no, because apparently Zero is back to the sick shape he was in like early 2015.
He's in better shape than he's ever been in, I think.
I mean, like obviously even better. Like he's like 2015 sterile season 1 on steroids. Like that's what he is. Kid is great.
That was insane, Zero. Both, like, I mean, so many players in this match played insanely well. Hero Marine, Showtime, Cyril Wellmuth. Zhuge took a very important kill of TLO as well, but in the end, it's Finland that moves on to the next round. Wow. Such a cool game. Definitely not one of the easier maps, sadly, for Showtime to deal with Zergon, but he put up a pretty good fight.
Yeah, and you could really see that he was learning. He got a little bit unlucky with that first Oracle. You know, 2 out of 3 mineral lines are exposed, and he flies the Oracle into the one Spore Crawler that there was, but Zero is so good, even when Showtime was adapting, even when his Sim Cities were better, even when he left the Mothership Core behind, Zero still finds openings, picks off an Immortal, picks off, you know, a pylon here and there, on powers a gateway, starts denying a probe, stops the fort base from going up over and over again. Like, he is incredibly active. I mean, he's really playing Zerg, I feel, the way that Zerg was meant to be played, right? Always active. You have a lot of units that very fast run around with them, try to force mistakes upon your opponent, and
the thing is, those Lynx, they're so mobile anyway that if he runs into a chunk of army, he can just pull back just on time. His Lynx, they're always going to be a threat. The Lynx that he has on the map, they're basically saying you can't leave a base alone here to Showtime. Otherwise, if you do, you're going to get it sniped before it's up. So, really good play. I still would have liked to see a Dark Shrine maybe earlier from Showtime, though, to defend that base. Like, if you know your opponent keeps on doing that, he could have made that fourth base, warped in 2 or 3 DTs on it, and waited for the Lynx to come to slice them up.
No, I totally agree. And even an Archon in your main, you know, if you get dropped and he brings an Overseer, even an Archon, like, Adepts will do so much better if there's an Archon backing them up or an Archon is standing side to side with them. So Lynx actually have to work on a very high HP unit.
Look at this kid, 17 years old, and he's got the world at his feet.
It's actually so sick.
Imagine when you were 17, if you dominated like this, like in some games.
Mate, when I was 17, I played video games pressing one button at a time. Like, honestly, like RTS, I was just starting, I was just pressing with my thumb, and later on I learned how to use multiple fingers. This guy, it's really sick. No, absolutely unbelievable. What a performance by him. I mean, after this tournament, right, there's going to be sick hype around Zero everywhere he goes. He's not just Zero anymore. He's evolved, he's grown.
Honestly, I think that if Zhuge didn't beat TLO in the first match, this could have been a very different matchup. It really already placed Finland in a pretty good situation. But both teams definitely fought their hardest here. And in the end, it's Finland that prevails. So we're going to be heading maybe to an interview in a second. I know that the group drawing is coming up as well. So don't tune out just yet. We will draw the groups in a little... I guess the bracket is one way to say it. The matches for the quarterfinals. I can't wait to see who France plays.
Same here. I can't wait to see who Netherlands plays. I'm sure a lot of pro gamers are going to be watching as well. And I wonder who Finland is going to play. Finland could potentially go up against either Ukraine or Poland or Canada.
I don't think they will mind, honestly. Like, they beat Germany twice. They barely lost to Korea. I don't think Finland cares at all.
Poland against Finland would be pretty sick, because then it's the 2 Zerg Wonder Kids go up against each other. Nurture against Zero.
That would be cool. I mean, Ukraine as well.
With Bly.
I think.
I mean, I think it is safe to say that every second place finisher, other than China, because they can, would love to face Ukraine. Like, Bly has been really good. He was impressive, but the things that like the other guys have shown, you know, Nurture and Zero.
Who do you hope Netherlands faces?
Yeah, I think Ukraine is the best for
Everybody, I think.
I don't want Korea. That would not be good for the Netherlands. Poland would be very difficult.
Poland's really hard. Like,
yeah. So I think Ukraine is obviously the best. Poland is maybe on a good day, and Korea would be very difficult for the Netherlands.
Who do you think Korea hope they will be playing?
I don't think they care. They probably like.
It's between China, France, and Netherlands.
Maybe they would like to play China, so they can just play on a Korean server.
Yeah, actually, they would have no delay.
Exactly. So
Innovation is like, hey, no delay, not bad. Even though I have to play at late hours or early, rather.
Yeah, but I don't think they'd really care. I do think that maybe they could struggle a little bit with Poland if they have to play cross-server, if it's in an awkward time. Like if Mana and Nurcho have an awesome day, if Elaser has a great day.
I'm really sad for the Germans, man. They fought so hard and they're really good, but they didn't make it to the next round. I guess that's what happens. Like we have to eliminate teams. I'm sure they'll be back stronger in next NationWars.
I mean, back-to-back 4-3 as well, right? I mean, the first time that Finland...
this is so sick, actually.
The first time that Finland defeated Germany was Welmo getting the majority of the points. But then, of course, it was Cero being amazing against Korea. I mean, Cero did win the ace match twice,
actually twice on Lerla Crest.
Yeah, Aromi! Like, Aromi just doesn't like the Germans, I think, mate. He's like ace match on Lerla Crest, knowing that it will most likely be a PvZ. It's like, wow, you're heartless, Aromi.
I don't know if we can blame everything on Aromi, man. It's like we step outside his training, Aromi!
All right, I think they must be almost ready, right? I'm not exactly sure what we're waiting for. All right, we're almost ready. So Welmo's almost on Skype, and I'm sure we're getting the other two lovely Zergs on Skype as well.
Apollo is going to do the drawing, by the way, of course. The king of drawings and tournament format explanation and everything.
I mean, the good thing about Apollo doing the drawing is that he can't rig it, because every single country he's been cheering for has been losing.
Yeah, true.
First it was the UK, then he went for New Zealand, then he went for Germany. They're all out, so I think we're going to see a pretty fair draw.
The Apollo curse is born, you think? Or?
Well, it's not unlikely, Todd. It's not unlikely.
He's handled quite a few drawings of his own. Usually, though, assisted by the magnificent Graham Pitt. But this time, I guess Funka's girlfriend will have to help him enough.
I actually don't know how they're going to do it, but it's a pretty straightforward drawing, right?
Yeah, I think it's like
8 nations.
Hey, it's the same as before, like the balls, and then you draw between the very few names that you can pick from.
Yeah, I mean, there's only 3 options. Like you pick Ukraine, and then it's like, okay, you can basically put 3 nations in a ball and then pick one. It's pretty straightforward. I think it's going to be awesome, Todd. I'm very excited. Of course, it's been 2 weeks of awesome Starcraft. I want to thank all of the viewers for the last 2 weeks who've been tuning in and sending submissions on Twitter, #NW3.
Keep on doing that.
Yes.
Maybe we can show a few more here before the end of the show.
And maybe we can do it in the quarterfinals as well, which I believe will be played on January 2nd and 3rd. So that's when we're going to be back. And of course, that will be the last broadcast from here, because after that we're heading to the Olympia. Or l'Olympia.
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 You remove the E from Le, and then you add like a... I don't even know the name. Yeah.
All right, so we can give a shout out to some of the all-star performers as well throughout the qualifiers and the group stage over here. Marine Lord going 10-1, Utermo going 8-1, Bly going 6-1, Gigawa going 6-2, Innovation going 5-1, Scarlet 5-2, Nurcho 4-0. It's like the only undefeated player here, mate.
Sterile is not up to date yet, but I think he has... maybe his stats are not that impressive, but he definitely carried his weight.
Did they play in the quali? No, they got invited, right?
Yeah.
Qualified, yes.
By the way, go back up a little bit. Yeah, it's 2 teams from the qualifiers in Ukraine and Canada that made it to the round of 8. I think that's really cool of a story.
Showing that it's not all about those invites. That anybody can do it. The dream is real.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at Cero, his stats. So in the first one, he went 1-1.
You know what? I hope that next season there is, or next NationWars, there is like B teams and stuff. I want to see Roddy playing for Netherlands B.
For the B team?
Yeah.
So I think
Red, Roddy, and then whoever, Grubby.
I think Cero is like 8-4 or something like that. But obviously, like the losses were 2 losses against Innovation.
Yeah.
A loss against Showtime on his map. And also 1 loss against, Showtime twice, I guess, right? Yes, Showtime twice. So 2 against Showtime, 2 against Innovation, and then a whole bunch of very, very important wins.
The losses against Innovation don't count.
I mean, that game on Arena, by the way, like how close he was by all killing Korea. I mean, like in the end, he does kind of deserve it.
I like what you said though. Like if that had happened, people would have talked about it the same way they talked about QXCL killing IM. Like years later, people are like, "Do you remember that one time QXCL killed IM?" Yeah, actually, I do. It was pretty insane.
I mean, we've seen a lot of, I think, very good games. We had a couple of straightforward games as well. A couple of times, certain nation was just too dominant, or it all came down to one player, and when he felt was over. But I think today, and especially yesterday as well, definitely some of the better broadcasts we've had in the group stage. It was a lot of fun. So, and I think everybody's been enjoying as well. Team Liquid was full of positivity. The Germans are a little sad right now, and I do feel for my eastern neighbors, but
they can maybe pick another team that they can cheer for.
And we're right here, Germany. Open arms, baby. Open arms.
I was thinking more Finland because they beat them. Usually you want to cheer for the people that beat you.
I mean, it goes two ways. Either you want to see them win the entire thing so you feel less bad, or
either you're a lover or you're a hater.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, if you're the hater, then you would have seen them lose really hard, I guess.
All right, guys. We're finally ready to hear from the Finnish team itself. So just take it away. I want to hear what they have to say.
Hey guys, welcome to this last winner interview of the group stage. And you know what this means. Draft is on the way. So first we have the Finnish people, which are with us. Zugelyang
Pop to the toilet.
was here once. Welmu, congratulations. Are you happy?
Yes, of course, I'm happy. Nice to win.
Is Cyril there with you as well?
He disappeared somewhere. He was there. Here.
Whoa, hold on. I'm not sure what's going on.
Zugelyang. What?
Hold on.
Hold. I'm sure there's...
The best part is we can only see half of him.
Yeah.
I'm sure this looks a lot more epic
What
in his
the hell?
bedroom than it really does.
Zugelyang, you have to check your webcam. Is this...
We will crush into the finals.
It's really not that epic. Like.
On your knees. Zugi.
Yeah, do it from your knees.
We'll show respect with Zugelyang's performance now.
We gotta tell him it was great.
No.
With Cyril, we will have infinite power.
Oh man. Zugelyang, please, in front of the camera. I'm sure we're losing okay. Well, that was great.
That was one
Thank
of
you, Zugelyang.
the most... Okay, here he is. Hello, mate. Can you hear us?
Wait, I put on my headphones.
Okay, well...
Nice. Congratulations, Zugelyang, for everything.
Yeah, congratulations, man. That was really epic.
We want to say thank you above all for everything that happened today.
So just a quick tip. That's better. There you go. Put the webcam up there. There you go. Hello. Well done, mate. Really nice.
Thank you very much. So yeah, Finland is advancing to the quarterfinals. Congratulations, guys! You've been playing amazingly yesterday and today, and finally you have the slots. You're advancing. Zugelyang, what is going through your mind?
You beat TLO.
Yeah, like the conditions for this ceremony was that we had to advance and I had to at least win one map. So both of them fulfilled. So then I decided to do this.
Yeah, that's.
It will go down in esports Starcraft history.
Yes.
I promise.
So yeah, what's going through your mind, Zugelyang? You won against TLO. Did you think you could do it before doing it?
I never really have any expectations when I go to the game. I just play the game and see how it goes.
obviously, Cyril played very, 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 very well over these last 2 days. Some say carried you through to the quarterfinals, but now you're in the quarterfinals. What's going to change for you guys? Is this, a lot more motivation? Welmu, we're going to see you return back to the top now to make sure you can assist Cyril.
Yeah, I think I will do much better in top 8 than I did now. Like I haven't so much experience with the legacy yet, so I didn't know like I guess innovation and showtime. I hadn't seen those builds before, so that was difficult to hold against those builds.
Do you?
Yeah.
I know it's very difficult to say because there's so many teams in the round of 8, but do you consider yourselves a favorite against a lot of nations, or more so underdogs? It's going to be difficult for you.
I think actually we can beat. Only Korea will be difficult. I think everyone else we can beat. I think so.
I mean, you're going to avoid Korea, right? Because you're in the same group as them.
Oh yeah, we get it.
So all the other first place finishes. So that's Ukraine, Poland, and was it Canada first place?
Ukraine, Poland, and Canada. Yes.
Yeah, Poland will be probably most difficult, I think.
Okay. Thank you.
They are good players.
I really love how Velm is so confident.
Are you confident for the quarterfinals? Obviously, this is a bit of a big moment for you. Playing today, winning today, playing in the quarterfinals as well. It's a big opportunity for you to actually showcase on the big stage.
What did you say?
For Zuliang, this is obviously a big moment for you, dude. It's quarterfinals.
Yeah, it is. I just won my first Finnish LAN last week, so I think that's a slightly bigger moment to me. But I've been struggling a little bit with my health, but right now it's going towards a more positive direction. And also, I agree with Velmo that right now when you play leather, there's like new builds popping up all the time, and it makes you really confused. So maybe in 2 weeks' time, the builds will be more stable, and we can play more macro games in Finnish style.
Okay, quick question. If you win in the quarterfinals, will you promise us that you'll beat your current ceremony?
It's really hard because I came up with this idea because of the new Star Wars film coming out. I don't know if I can top this, but I will try.
You've got a few weeks to decide what it is, but will you promise us a ceremony no matter what it is if you win in the quarterfinals? And go to
maybe Serral will do one.
Okay.
Serral will do one. He's got very good ceremonies as well.
You are our ceremony master.
Maybe not the camera master, but indeed ceremony. Again, is Serral with us?
He disappeared. He was here, but maybe he went somewhere already.
Okay.
Yeah, Serral he's with all of us all the time. He's a literal god. So
I don't know where he actually went. He was actually.
Well, he's not there now, right?
Yeah, he just disappeared somewhere.
Okay, do you have something to say to the Finnish crowd and, I don't know, to sponsors or fans or anybody, your girlfriend, your mom? Zugaliang, begin, please.
After you, bro.
sorry, it cut off for me.
Do you have something to say to someone, something meaningful?
I guess to Serral, because he carried us so hard for this group stage. And I hope I can pull a little bit more of the weight in the round of 8.
Okay, nice. And Welmu, do you have something specific in mind?
Well, yeah, just want to say that big thanks to Serra doing so good. And then some Finnish first that. No niin Serra varmaan lähti sinne torille jo, että pitää varmaan seurata tässä näin, että pitää äkkiä lopettaa tää. Toivottavasti näin puhu paljon pitempään tässä näin. Ei mulla muuta, että kiva, että voitettiin. Nähdään sitten top 8.
I suspect this is Finnish.
Yes, definitely.
Yes. What was that in Finnish?
Yeah.
Can you translate
I know
quickly?
that. Yeah. It's too difficult to translate it. Okay. I was wondering if maybe you are thought that I was speaking English, because French people never understand what I say.
Yeah, no, it's not just French people sometimes. Well, move. Yeah, but congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations, obviously a big day for you all to advance from this group. Very difficult group to advance from. Defeating Germany is a big upset, so congratulations, really good win.
Yeah, for Finland, please make some noise! Congratulations again. Thank you very much, guys. Have a great evening, and good luck. Have fun for the training.
Yeah, thanks. See you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Finland's in the house. Funky. What's next, man?
So what's next? So what we're gonna do is come for you. Haha. No, we will completely draft the quarterfinals. We have this asset to fill in, and how are we going to do it exactly? So Claire, we found innocent hand, obviously.
We need innocent hands.
Yes, we do. And so there is. So how are we gonna do it? We're gonna first. So this is seed number 1. So every first country of each group. That's not very English, but if you want to explain, maybe it's will go smoother.
So seed 1, all the first place finishes from group stages are in this NationWars bucket, ball, world, and all the second place finishes are in here. So the way we're going to do it is we're going to draw all of these out. So first place, first place, first place, first place in bracket stages. And then we'll draw out the second place guys one by one, obviously including the rule that you can't meet the same nation that you met in group stages.
Exactly. So each. So we can begin with the first seed, for example. Are we ready? Are we ready,
you
Sean?
ready?
Are you ready, Claire?
Yeah.
She's ready.
Do you have something to say to the audience that is waiting to know?
I would like to thank my dad, who always supported me.
Nice.
And thank you, Dad.
It's a big moment. I'm sure he's proud for this.
Okay, Claire. It is time. One by one. You can show the. We can show the balls.
Wait, keep going.
Again. So there are 4 balls.
There are in there.
There are actually 4 balls.
You can just about see them.
Yes. Okay. Yes. One by one, please. First match.
Innocent hand, Claire. First place in the bracket. Top of the bracket, South Korea.
South Korea. Now we
Yeah, just put it down here.
jump in right here.
So this is not playing South Korea, but slightly down on the bracket.
If you want to show George the bracket, South Korea. It's over there. Next ball.
Poland.
And it's Poland.
Okay, so potential semi-final matchup.
Okay.
So, all right, first place.
Yes.
I can roll it down.
Third match. Ukraine.
Okay. So Ukraine avoid the South Korea side of the bracket, which leaves 1 ball left, Claire. The last first place team.
Ukraine and
is
Canada. Obviously.
So, yeah. Yeah, you can show Canada. Okay, so this is done.
This is done.
Okay, so that's these, and so this is where it becomes important. So the 1 ball you now have to take out is the country that played with South Korea, which was Finland.
And
so
I'm taking it out.
You can take
right
Finland out because they can't play South Korea.
Yes. So the Finland ball is out.
Okay, so the other 3 are still in there. Back to you, Claire. This is the first match. Who's playing South Korea?
Korea!
France?
Korea!
France?
Oh, China!
Everybody says yes. China, everyone's yes.
China probably not number 1 on this one.
Okay, so Poland, we're with France. So
adding
Finland
again.
France comes out.
And Poland, so we gotta take France out.
Yeah. Okay,
so yeah,
so you can join China.
Is out.
Okay, Claire.
Who will face Poland? And Nerkio.
The Netherlands.
The Netherlands.
The Netherlands. Kevin, the Netherlands. Okay.
Not too happy about it.
Okay, so France can go back in now.
Yes.
Okay, 2 teams left. It's either France or Finland. You play Poland, Kev. So France or Finland now are the next 2. So
and
just one.
We don't need to take any.
Bye, China. Okay. It is Finland. So that's the bracket complete, and you can show the last ball, I suppose, and
France.
And France.
In the
so
end.
France at the bottom.
Okay.
Well done, Claire.
Attends.
Huh?
No, actually, we. It's already winning.
Not yet, guys. They didn't beat Canada yet. Put them back.
So yeah, that's our quarterfinals. South Korea and China. That's a difficult match for China, obviously. Poland and Netherlands. Ukraine,
match for
Finland,
Holland.
and Canada, France. What's your thought on it?
I think, obviously everyone wanted to avoid South Korea. You avoided South Korea, so I think that's a success to start with. And Canada is a very beatable nation for you. But if I remember correctly, Canada did call you guys out for not being a very good team, with Lilbo not performing very well.
A lot of words were said.
Yes.
And
So
there will be regret.
yes. So that's good. That's a cool match. I think the bracket looks great, though.
Yeah, Poland, Netherlands. I'm really hyped. Ukraine and Finland too. Every match is so close. Obviously, China is gonna have a hard time, but it's doable. They have to find their own Cyril, and maybe Shigua can make something out.
Yeah.
Maybe. But yeah, that's the draft. I think many are relieved. Chinese fans, good luck with this. And I think we're going back to casters now.
Yes, we should be. We should be. Roddy's like, huh?
Thank you very much, Claire, for the draft. It was very professional drafting.
Well done, Claire. Well
you
done.
have done it all your life.
Innocent hands.
Yes.
Innocent hands.
Yes. And I take this opportunity to thank all the NationWars staff, technical staff, casters coming here in Paris, and partners Blizzard and Twitch. So really thanking you, everyone. It's a great project, and I hope it gives you a lot of fun, because that's the whole point.
It's been a lot of fun. I'm going to go back to
Are
the
you enjoying
casters now.
yourself?
I'm having a great time. I think
Yeah.
Rotti's actually gone back to casting now, so...
Rotti!
Are you that, Rotti?
George, it's when you want. Are we going to do this?
Back to the
Ciao,
casters.
back to the casters.
All right, it was just me at first. That's why it took a little longer, I guess. But, Johan, I'm not sure really what to add. We saw the bracket. How do you feel about it?
I think I'm happy. I just saw Maureen Lord on Skype with Petit Drogo spamming all in caps. I love life, I love me. So I think he's happy with not being on the same side of the bracket as Korea. I mean, we got Canada. I feel like it was one of the best match we could get in terms of having better chances with Ukraine. So pretty happy, I think.
I mean, Korea all the way at the top, France all the way at the bottom. I'm not sure about this innocent hand of Claire.
They showed me, man.
I know, I'm just teasing. Obviously, a good draw for you
did
guys.
good, Claire.
Very tough draw, I think, for the Netherlands. Poland is very good, and even if you win, well, at least you make it to Paris then, but then there's a good chance you go up against South Korea. Either way, I'm extremely excited. I think it looks like a great bracket, and I've had a lot of fun over the last 2 weeks. It's been a long journey here in Paris, but it's been very cool.
Yeah, it's gonna be epic, man. That these quarterfinals, 2nd and 3rd of January, just after celebrating the New Year, we're gonna be celebrating, I guess, Starcraft once again, and who's the best in the world? I can't wait to find out, man.
Me neither. So I guess that's going to be it. Thank you guys for tuning in. Big shout out to everyone from All Gaming for making this tournament possible, and big shout out to all the viewers who enjoyed it, who entertained us with all the tweets. #NW3. We've really enjoyed them over the last 2 weeks. And I think that's going to be it. Johan, do you have any final words?
Thanks to everybody who tuned in, and I'm looking forward to the Roddy streams and before the 2nd of January when we come back with the round of 8.
And of course, Home Story Cup is coming up as well.
Yeah.
That's going to be next for a lot of us. Maybe we'll see you guys there. If not, we'll see you on the 2nd and 3rd of January for the quarterfinals. Bye-bye.